whoa, 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 whoa. Hmm. Let me turn this down. Whoa. And then let me... we do this, based. We do this, based. We do this, based. Right, based, right, based, right. There we go. Okay, let me go here. I really need to format this better. What would be better? Like if I do this, maybe? And this. Okay, and then what if I... Bingo? Okay, let's say I have Obsidian pulled up. I have this and this. Okay. Can I see everything fine? Now this gets cut off a little bit. Hmm. Don't talk. Hmm. Is this okay? Like if I keep this, keep that here, I can still read the chat, but if I scale that down a little bit right there. That's pretty legible, right? What if I reverse these? I probably still want this over here, and then put this here. And then just enlarging this, I guess. What the fuck? Okay. Maybe. If I use my hands. Ooh. Hmm. Hmm. I'm testing this out real quick. Well, not really real quick at this moment. Hmm. Georgia, Playfair. Fuck it, bro. Hmm. My TikTok also Gatherer old? I don't even know. Shut
B?
up, shut up, shut up. Why is this recommended to me? So I guess it is, right? Is my ex also Gatherer old? I guess so. It's probably gonna look super gay. Sorry. This does look really gay. Fuck! Fuck, it's so gay! All the honeys are gonna get the wrong impression. Fuck! Hmm. Sorry, I didn't expect this to take so long. I'm trying to... Fuck. Kill yourself. Right now. ASAP. Kill yourself. Can you use JPEGs in... Hold on. Fuck. So what I do... What do I do? Image, I guess? Layout. True. True. I'm probably gonna adjust this. Cause I want it to fill this. Please. Can I format this to be... Well, if I were to do a window capture instead, would that display this more naturally? Or, like, if I were to do this... Good one, dipshit. Like that. So not really, right? Fuck! Is there a fit to what? See this anywhere? What is happening? Wow, good one. Good one, dipshit. So, I could do this. True. How do other people do this? What the fuck? Maybe I can just do like individual Like, hmm. Like, what if I do a main display here? Get rid of these. Get rid of this. Like this, maybe? Does that make sense? Does that look decent? What's up, Joshua? Before you say anything else, I miss you. Thanks, King. I miss you too. Welcome back. How have you been? I'm working, but I saw you're live and I need to say hi. Welcome, welcome. Good luck at work. Okay, I think... Hold on. I think that's fine, right? How does it look on if it were formatted on TikTok? How have you been doing? Doing good, man. I'm chilling. I've been better, but I'm chilling. So if I make this larger, I was told by the last 3 presidents, not including Trump, that anything and everything I do is fine, so I continue to do so. I think you're doing fine as well. True. That's a good thought process. I feel that this week has been rough, like health-wise, a little bit, just feeling the allergy medicine or something. Are you feeling the allergy medicine or the allergies themselves? Oh shit, that shot is huge. That's a big bitch. Hold on. Why is it past my cam anyways? There we go. I'm always happy to see you. Thanks, King. Happy to see it. Happy to see you in my chat. Haha. No, I'm just kidding. Not kidding about the senior in chat, but the lip fight. Allergies have to work now again, but I'll check in. Alrighty, I'll see you later. It'll be probably more interesting later on anyway, so you're chilling. God. God damn. could be the last thing, I swear. I'm so sorry if anybody's even here, which is probably better if they're not. What if I do another, what is this, camera, technically? Like a camera output? What if I do another camera output on TikTok, but it's overlaid on, or what is it, right here? And I flip it, right? Right, I flip it horizontally, right? I close this border in here. Nah, it's whatever. So what if I do this? Oops. Alright, I think that's fine. I'm gonna use the restroom. That's me. We'll get started, I think. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I don't think there's anybody watching it right now, but fuck. It's horrible. If I do this here, okay. Interesting. What if I, hold on, what if I do a display setting? Hold on, let me cook. Background. How does that look? Okay. I feel like that one probably looks cleaner. I'm gonna be real with you. At least for the stream, right? Okay. I'm gonna... I'll play this one. So I use the restroom real quick. I'm so sorry. I'm a piece of shit. Fuck.
Vegas, but today, not only can you do that, you can also bet on your favorite sports team, on the opening coin toss, on this individual pitch,
1
or
second.
on all three in a parlay. You can do it from your phone, your tablet, your Apple Watch. You don't just have to gamble on sports, you can gamble on esports, on video game items, on slots with those items. You can do it in Roblox or on regular stocks, on meme stocks, gamble with calls, gamble on earning calls, gamble on calls with earning calls. You can gamble on political events, world events. You can bet if Zelensky's gonna wear a suit before July, if Jerome Powell is gonna say inflation 50 or 60 times in September. And you don't just have to gamble on that. You can gamble on crypto coins, Trump coin, Dogecoin, Fartcoin. You can gamble on the champion of Fartcoin coin, and you can gamble on any of the posts the champion of Fartcoin has ever made on whether they will become popular or not. And if none of that's your cup of tea, you can also just gamble directly within your banking app on a game of roulette, like a gentleman. And don't even get me started on the ads. If you turn on sports, esports, podcasts, not even my favorite political show is safe.
Shout out to Prize Picks, the best app to fire on sports in the game.
You will be bombarded with gambling ads by every famous person you've ever heard of.
DraftKings.
DraftKings
Sportsbook.
DraftKings Sportsbook.
Uh-oh. How did we get here? And is it a good thing that we're turning every spare moment of our lives into a game of chance? I'm betting no. There are three things responsible for gambling becoming more mainstream, but the first and biggest trend is simply the mainstream becoming more like gambling. See, Silicon Valley learned a decade ago that gambling mechanics are incredibly good for user retention, so they put them everywhere. Let's say you're shopping online. Well, now you can spin a wheel to unlock prizes. Or if you're playing video games, you can open a loot box, get some randomized items. You can even use those items as virtual currency in a casino we've made a 3-part series about. Or maybe you don't have a problem with loot boxes for adults, but we've also put them in kids' video games because, you know, gotta start them young. Roblox is the largest game for minors, and they are stuffed with randomized loot boxes. But even if that's fine for you, what about the third-party websites which, against TOS, allow full gambling based on a kid's game? And yes, there are actual kids gambling on these apps.
Right, I just won a bit of profit there. I had 200 Robux. No, I had 200 Robux in profit, 100 Robux in profit, but I lost them. But I had 50 Robux and I lost it, and I thought I got 50 Robux again. So on this, mine, on Robux World, what I'm gonna do is buy 40 crates now. No, not 40 crates, but like 44 crates. That looks good. Let's go. Let's go. We're in profit. Let's go.
It is absolutely disgusting to see that. And look, I spoke to an insider who worked on this website, Roblox Wild, before it got shut down. He shared data which claimed they made $5,000 a day, or roughly $2 million a year. Thankfully, this website got shut down, but third-party gambling sites still persist because copying casinos makes a ton of money. And that's why we've been putting it into everything, including our politics. Prediction markets are the answer to the question of what if we could YOLO on election results and world events? The biggest websites are Polymarket and Kalshi, which have exploded in popularity during the American election cycle. But it isn't just major events that attract bettors. I was recently asked to investigate whether this was a suit that Zelensky was wearing. Why? Well, the prediction market had bet $200 million in betting volume on this bet, and some of them were really mad that they decided, no, this is not a suit, I guess. Whether you think it is or not, the volume of betting here is insane. And one reason for that is because these companies are exploiting loopholes that allow betting even in states where normal gambling is illegal. Because these companies say they're not a casino, so they don't fall under the same rules, which is why instead of having to be 21, you can now gamble at 18 on prediction markets. And while there have been legal challenges to this, both of the major companies, Kalshi and Polymarket, have recently brought on the president's son as an advisor, making it hard to see how they're gonna be meaningfully regulated. Meanwhile, all the major betting apps are busy launching their own prediction market copycats to get around the same weak rules that we still have regarding betting. And don't even get me started on the other loopholes that are out there. Have you ever heard of the TikTok of sports wagering?
This is Cheddar. We're building the TikTok of sports wagering. Legal in 20 more states than DraftKings. Accessible for 18 to 21-year-olds. Live, in-game, micro betting. Swipe to predict every moment of every play.
I'm going to stop you right there. If you missed it, Cheddar is a new startup trying to combine DraftKings, TikTok, and Tinder features into one app. And one of the things they brag about is they're allowing 18 to 21-year-olds as a competitive edge. Guys, can you believe the untapped market of teenagers for gambling? Now, to be fair, Cheddar has not launched yet, but this is obviously the future we're heading towards, turning everything into a maximally addictive gambling product.
It's sports wagering with the pace of a slot machine.
Yeah. Isn't that the most dystopian thing you've ever heard? We're trying to turn sports betting into slot machines. I mean, the funny thing is this whole product is built around yet another loophole called a sweepstakes casino, and that's how they get around the 21-year-old age requirement. Here's how it basically works. Sweepstakes casinos claim that you don't actually need to purchase anything to play, so it's kind of not gambling. In fact, you can get free coins to access their games, but they also have a second currency which you can buy. Well, not buy, you get it for free when you buy the worthless coins. For example, their website says if you buy 100 Cheddar coins, you get 5 bonus Cheddar cash. And that's usually what you can gamble with and redeem for real money. This is actually how Stake US works. If you didn't know, Stake International is one of the world's largest casinos, but they aren't allowed here in the United States. So they have an American arm, which is a sweepstakes casino, which has gold coins and stake cash. One Redditor explains how the loophole really works. Quote, 1 stake cash is 1 USD. They only use gold coins because they need to say that you aren't gambling with real money to stay open in the US. Except, of course, you are actually gambling with real money. They just have a virtual currency workaround, which basically everyone has figured out. Some casinos are just kind of more honest about it than others. Cheddar's basically saying the quiet part out loud. They're going after 18 to 21-year-olds with TikTok, Tinder, sports betting at the pace of slots. And by the way, people are betting on their success. They're actually in a cohort of startups invested in by a Silicon Valley investment firm called A16Z. But if you think that's a bad idea, now let's talk about banks and gambling. I recently made a video on Yada, which was a fintech, which is a complicated story. We've done a ton of work on here and here. But basically, the original pitch was a no-lose lottery, which gamified savings. Lots of YouTubers worked with them, and they acted like a bank, at least at first, until they switched their new business model to be about allowing you to gamble inside the app and lose money, essentially becoming a casino within what is essentially a bank account. I should actually note that Yada recently shut down the banking side and have fully focused.
Thanks, CoffeeZilla. Thanks for babysitting. Thank you, CoffeeZilla. Thank you. 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 Gulps, gulps, gulps. Oh yeah, before I forget, I need to make a clip in the future for calling out this fucking retard. This fucking retard, Scott Jennings. Absolutely deplorable fucking human being. A disgrace that he actively considers himself to be from Kentucky or to represent Kentucky. Isn't he live too? Hold on. God, I wish I had an audience so I can just have people go over there and...
Back to the United States.
Appreciate it. That was a very nice
momentum that this administration
Costs keep going.
going.
EA doing Bermuda. Really harebrained anti-Semitic stuff.
Not only
Liberal movement in this country, this movement against the nation of Israel and the Jewish people. Do you feel that as well?
I really do, and obviously,
Who's enjoyed living in a city that largely embraces American values?
Scott Jennings Show on the Salem Radio.
Working members of the United States House of Representatives, first elected in 2002. He is the chairman, the top position of the powerful House Appropriations Committee, and he was previously the chairman of the House Rules Committee. There is probably nobody who knows how the House works internally better than our guest, Tom Cole of Oklahoma. Mr. Chairman, thank you for
Republicans try to shut down
the idea that these Obamacare subsidies.
worthy of talking for it, but Washington 42 in D.C. meeting on the Senate.
Let me ask you a question. You are the chairman of the Appropriations Committee, so let's just pretend and maybe wishcast that the Democrats come to their senses and they do decide to pass a CR and get the government back open.
Senate, to its credit, from the
Use this reaction to that crazy comment, sir.
well, the dangerous
Rule of law, but I would hope that people like Lindsey Graham might in public supports it.
get to work as well.
Let me switch gears to another topic. I want to play some audio for you. This is another congressman, a Democrat named Jim Hines.
There we go. Okay. We'll just save this for a minute. We'll save it. Alright. I'm gonna go live on TikTok as well. Let me change the thing here. Okay. Play some jams as well, actually. I need to connect this as well. Okay, there we go. Okay. Let's play a little bit of jam. We can probably turn that up a little bit. Skip. What is this one? Erm. What's up, Tokyo Build? Tokyo Build. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oops, 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 oops. Fuck. Okay, that's fine. That's good. I don't know if that's too loud, though. I think that's good. Alright. The real business first. We'll do the Wordle first. Do style. Based. Plate. We'll do plate. Okay. Would it be latte? Maybe? No, it's not. It's not latte. I think it's either... So it has to either start with a T, or the middle bit has to be a T. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How do you spell ladle? It's not like this, right? Hold on. It wouldn't... sorry. Sorry. T-A. So A could technically be... tail. So L has to be either here or here. So does T, meaning that A could either be here or here. So if... Wait, so... If the A is here, what... Wait, this isn't a word, right? Okay, cool. No. Tal... Tallow? Tau, probably adjust this real quick, about 140 or so. Okay. Test. Hmm. Could it like late? No. Late. That's not a word, right? Latae? No, okay. Hmm. How? What would you? Fuck. I feel like it has. It's so it's either TAL, right, or LAT. What's up, Azure? How are you doing today? When you said Pookie, I thought you were saying the the word was. There's no shot. I'm chilling. I'm a little tired, but I'm also stumped on this. So, if you or anybody else has any... typically I won't do this, but I'm chilling, okay. But if you or anybody else has like a recommendation for a word, let me know. What's up, Jay? Beautiful boy, is what I have to say to you. How are you doing, Jay? Towel. Sleepy, but I'm... Wait, is that out? Oops, release data. Release date. Well, nice one. I can't even see. It's playing at Baxter tonight. Oh, because it's Netflix, right? Or wait, no, you're saying Baxter Theaters. Never mind. Fuck. Is it? Did you say tally? Wait, are you saying... Wait, what are you saying tally for? For the word? Oh, damn. I think that'd be fun to see. It couldn't be the word because the final letter in the word is an E. Damn, okay. Let me... What was that one movie that came out recently? Or no, I think it comes out tomorrow. It's the new Emma Stone movie. Begonia? Have you seen the trailer for this or anything? Yeah. I think that one looks insane. I would be interested in seeing that one. Who's the director? What does he do normally? Did he do... I saw... Wait. Poor Things... I haven't seen Poor Things yet. I haven't seen Yorgos. I don't know if I've heard of that. The Lobster I've heard of. Dogtooth, I think I've heard of. Killing of Sacred Deer, I've heard of. Poor Things looked really interesting, though. It's cool that he's working with Emma Stone again. Who was the other person in Poor Things? Wasn't it, Mark Ruffalo? Oh, and Willem Dafoe. Oh, she's in this. She's in, Substance, right? Margaret Qualley. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Yeah, The Substance. I thought The Substance was pretty good. I've only seen it once, though. She's in Happy Gilmore 2. Kinds of Kindness. What is that about? Have you seen Kinds of Kindness? Yeah, Emma Stone and Jesse Plemons and Willem Dafoe. What the fuck? Does he just have these people whenever? I saw her dancing in that. I saw that clip of her dancing. Yeah. So that chick's also in this too?
This is it. Do you think you can do it?
And Hunter Schafer? Damn, bro.
Open your eyes and look clearly at what's going on around you. We might all be
Oops.
in danger.
Hi.
I love you. This isn't love. She asked me to fuck her in my uniform, and it hit me hard. The truth is,
Say it.
we didn't obviously fuck.
What the fuck? This seems insane. Is missing at sea, has returned, and seems a different person, and a woman determined to find a specific someone with a special ability who is destined to become a... How do you say that fucking word? Prodigious? Pronounce. Prodigious?
Prodigious.
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 Okay, thanks. Asian racism is mainstream. That's a funny title coming from ABBA and Preach, because I'm pretty sure ABBA is like actually racist against like Indians. Tallow. Fuck. No, that one wouldn't work. It's gonna be some stupid fucking word that I never use. Thank God there's infinite guesses, or else I'd be fucked. I normally don't tart. No, it couldn't be. It needs an L. I did. I wasn't gonna do latte because I knew the tea wasn't supposed to be there, but I guess that sets in a lot of stuff, yeah. Lathe? Fuck you. Fucking bitch. God. Fuck. True. You can be misogynistic all you want to New York Times, by the way. It's legally allowed. Okay, okay. I meant to... I'm supposed to be doing, like, going over some stuff, but... I have to do this first. Alright, connections. Pumpkin, horror, murder, mystery, butler, angel, romance, charm, fantasy, bloom, sugar, parliament. Is that Levy or Levi? Or can it be pronounced either way? Love, gaggle, Guthrie. Fantasy, parliament. Maybe like mystery, murder, horror, and fantasy. Romance, bloom, butler. Like, these could be obviously genres, types of film, or books. Fantasy books, horror movie, pumpkin. Pumpkin spice, charm, parliament, sugar. Bloom. Butler. Angel. Parliament. Angel, sugar, love, pumpkin. What would this be? Like, names of endearment? Damn. Terms of endearment. Damn, good shit. I'll keep this just here. Yeah, terms of endearment. Butler. Bloom. Gaggle. The fuck is a gaggle? Who's Guthrie? Charm. Bloom. Oh, charm, bloom. Mystery. I'll do the Levi or Levy. Fuck me. Not even one away. Parliament. Levi instead of mystery. So you're saying charm, fantasy, bloom, and Levi or Levy? Butler, Levy. Butler, Levy, charm. Is it like names of actors or something, maybe? Orlando Bloom, Austin Butler, someone, and then someone Guthrie? Does that make sense? Sean Levi? Oh. Thinking to sway someone? Interesting. Oh, yeah, true. I wasn't even thinking of the US cities thing, I was just thinking of the last names, but... Or first names. Oh yeah, the inverse, my bad. Charm. Parliament. If you have elected a parliament is like a UK structure of government. Murder mystery. Murder. Fantasy, romance. Fantasy, charm. You can charm somebody. Mystery, read horror. Yeah. You can romance someone, you can charm them. I'll see you later, Jay. Fantasy. Okay, thanks. Collective noun for... Fuck off. What's a gaggle of birds? Words on either side of blank what blank. Hoppy beers for short. Breathes like a dog. Ants? Breathes like... What does that mean? Pillowy. Soft? Talk trash too. I don't know. Can't do this. Can't do this right now. I need to lock in more. I do want to see this. Hold on.
Long last, we can begin.
Whoa. Oh my god. React. How old are they in this one? This dude's just a man now. Can I see the season 4 trailer? Hold on. Season 4 trailer. I'm pretty sure he's just a straight up man at this point. Is there like a scene where it just like cuts to him specifically?
Is other than just to say it.
Cool, we get it. Oops.
Being stuck in here.
Wow.
We're really starting to lose it.
I guess he doesn't look too much different, but like... Nah, he definitely does. He's definitely much more grown. What's the timeline between when it's supposed to happen versus like what is actually happening with this dude?
Stuck in here. No end in sight. Maybe tonight is our break. We find back then.
Doesn't Millie Bobby Brown have a kid now? Yeah, I thought she just like adopted somebody.
Tonight is our break. We find back then. We end this once and for all. Together.
This isn't like one of your campaigns. You don't get...
Well, it actually is kind of like one of the campaigns, but also it is more like one of the campaigns too, especially when you have one that's already like pre-made for you, so you're actually wrong. Actually learn to fucking play. I don't know how to play D&D. Learn to fucking play before you decide to lecture your BFFs over how it is or is not like D&D. Give me a fucking break. Jesus.
To write the ending. Not this time. He's planning to end our world.
Also, you can technically write the ending, by the way. You can decide if you want to like sacrifice yourself or not. It's totally your call. So, L.
And he's not gonna stop.
Wait, L. Oh, bruh. Why doesn't she just fly, bro? You saw her flying there. Why does she doesn't have to climb over that window, right? Oh, this is next month? Damn. Was that a Hopper? How did he teleport there? What the frig?
We stay true to ourselves. Stay true to our friends.
Bro, dude, she must have aged like 3 years between this season and the last season. What the fuck?
Stay true to our friends.
Bro.
No matter the cost.
I wonder if that's somebody in particular that we know. If you squint. I don't know. Oh my god, bro. Chill. Ew. William Burr. Is he gonna play the song? Oh, okay. Based. So epic. Mandatory. Almost Friday TV. Should we... Should I wait? Should I save this? Nah, watch it now.
Okay, if you're just tuning in, guys, we are selling item number 4767411. Guys, this is not just a cashmere scarf, okay? This thing is a timeless piece.
She's so good at that fucking character. Stop.
Luxurious, it's heaven, y'all.
Look at this deep olive tone and plaid pattern on both sides. So it's not just one side, but guys, this is both sides.
It's both
I love
sides. I love it. I love it. Let's sell this thing out. We got a caller coming in hot.
Linda in New Hampshire, what's going on in your world? What's up?
NH.
Hi guys, Linda here. I'm just calling to say I love this scarf, and I'm placing an order for Midnight Blue right now.
Okay.
Now that's a review, y'all. You hear that? Linda, so nice talking to you. This is seriously what we live for. Seriously.
Linda, what you got going on this weekend, girl? Oh, she's gone.
Tell them about the price. Tell them the price this is going for right now.
I'm getting to it, Mr. Gotti is so needy.
Is there like a place where I can... Like, I want to check out the actual shows that do this shit. Because I know exactly the shit they're parodying, but I don't know like what I would even look up to find anything like this.
Oh, come on. I'm not needy. I just need a lot. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that does make sense. The salsa. Oh. How do I know how to do this thing? Okay, so here's what blows my mind. A scarf like this, 100% Mongolian cashmere, would normally retail for $169. And you might be thinking, I don't know if I want to pay
What'd she say?
Normally retail for $169. And you
Dollars.
I don't know if I want to pay that.
I don't know if I can pay that, so let me tell you what. Let's get a little sale right now. Let's take $75.
Shut up!
I'm doing it. I'm taking $75 off the price right now.
So save that $75, pay the $94, and get your hands on the scarf. We believe that we're at 34.18 degrees north latitude and negative 118.31 degrees west longitude. We're pretty sure, we're not entirely sure where we are. Get your hands on a $94 cashmere scarf. I think so.
Shoot it to me straight. That's my catwalk.
It's awesome. Somebody call up Victoria's Secret.
Does anyone recognize me? Do I have any family out there that's looking for me? Because I don't remember even if I have a family or not.
Hey, I recognize you.
I love you.
These scarves are 100% Mongolian cashmere. How I know that is a mystery to me, but all of that information seems to have replaced my own information, like my name and my past.
Dusty Rose, Midnight Blue, Olive Green, Golden Amber. I believe we're underground, under the ground, underground, under the floor, under the dirt, Ivory, Heather, Graphite. These are all the amazing colors you can get in our amazing scarf, which, by the way, looks amazing on Miss Denise's tight body.
Okay,
right?
only he's allowed to say that. Only he's allowed to say that. Okay. What are other rooms like?
Is the whole world just other rooms, or is this the whole world?
I've either been asleep this whole time or I haven't ever slept in my life. That I know of.
Got snapped up in the night. We think we're underground because there's dirt under our nails. Give it up for dirt under our nails.
Love a shimmy. You guys, these scarves are so soft, unlike the burlap sack that was placed over our head on our adventure here. Ouchie, ouchie!
Ouchie. Speaking of ouchie, looks like these little piggies went to the market.
And they ain't coming back.
No.
Yeah, they cut off our toes.
Yeah, we said too much, and they took our toes.
Yep, that is our last warning, guys. We seriously aren't gonna get another one.
Next, they're coming for my neck.
They are, seriously.
It's so versatile, guys. You can wear it as wrap, you can wear it as a scarf.
I like to use the help method when I think about buying a new scarf. H, does it bring me happiness? E, does it elate me? L, does it lift my spirits? P, does it please me? If you like it, buy it!
Get it? Help us!
They took a right turn, then a left turn when we were driving, then we were on a little bit of a rickety road. And you know what, Midnight Blue is—
They're gonna cut off the rest of the toes. Don't do it. No! Don't do it!
Mess with us. I don't know, but it was definitely off the dirt road. Drugs in our bellies for sure, and ooh yeah, we were drugged.
My blood feels like bones, and my bones feel like blood.
My legs feel like bones, and my head feels like bricks, and my eyes feel like blood.
Who wants a cozy scarf for the fall? We do! Guys, please buy the scarf!
You can just feel it, feel it.
I know you want to help us.
If you can just fucking feel it, you'd want it. If you can
I
just
know you would stop that! God, I wish there was more of that!
Doom 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 doom.
Please, guys, 10 more scarves. Sell us out! Sell us out!
Sell us out!
10 more scarves! We sold out?
Sales target reached. Please await further instruction.
We sold out.
We sold out. That's
We sold
it.
out of the
Golden Amber?
Sales target reached.
We sold out!
Please await
We
further
sold out!
instruction.
Oh my god! Oh my god! We sold out!
Sales target reached. Please await further instruction.
Sold out! We did
Sales
it!
target reached.
We're done, right?
Please await
sold
further
out!
instruction.
It's over, right? We sold out!
Sales
We did
target
it!
reached.
Right?
Please await
It's
further
done.
instruction. Sales target reached. Please await further instruction. Sales target reached.
No. No! No! Fuck no! I would like to focus in on these earrings right here and the movement of these things.
my
I mean, look at them go.
Absolutely gorgeous. I mean, you just don't see earrings with that.
Stop! Now, this autumn leaf wreath is so fun for fall. So fun.
So colorful. I've
Dude, okay, hold on.
seen anything like this. Haven't.
Fall is my favorite season. How about you?
I like winter.
Just 1, 2, 3, bang, bang, bang. And it is just, I mean, imagine how easy this would blend.
Seriously. Blenders can be so finicky. So finicky. Not this one.
Now look at this fabric. I am obsessed with this fabric. You can wear it anywhere. It is so versatile. I mean, you can wear it on a girls' night out. You can wear it on a vacay with the family. And I mean, let's talk about the elephant in the room. It is screaming day to night, isn't it?
I'd like to really center in on these earrings and the movement of these earrings. Look at them go. I mean, you can see these things moving from a mile away.
Absolutely gorgeous. I love these guys. I'm gonna buy you a pair. How about that?
I would love it if you did that.
Me too. Me too. And what's fun about these kinds of earrings is that you.
He's gonna, yep.
Cleaning other smoothie machines can be such a hassle, but
but not with the auto slicer.
Not at all.
I'm Dan Morgan from Morgan & Morgan.
Shut the hell up, bitch. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna reset this real quick. And then I was gonna look at this because I saw a tiny clip. I didn't look at it all the way yet. Okay, let me close this out. Close this out. And I'm going to actually just like close this out. Then I'm actually gonna like put this up, take this, disconnect this, and then reconnect this right here. Okay, that's good right there. Shut the hell up, please. Fuck. Please, 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 please. Okay. So there's this dude, Donovan Sharp, who is a prominent guy, or used to be a prominent guy with the Red Pill people. So like the Fresh and Fits, the Andrew Tates, etc. And he's just super pathetic. Super pathetic guy. Was he? No, he wasn't. He wasn't the Endear guy, was he? That went on the whatever podcast and was essentially saying that, like, if you're in an abusive relationship as a woman, you should just endure it because it's preferable to actually being divorced, to preserve your status or whatever the fuck. But he used to be a larger creator. It was a 600K, 450K, 450, 450. Like, he was getting some pretty decent numbers. And I think it came out, he had a wedding, and I think it came out that he was marrying a older white woman, which is fine. Fine by my standards, okay? I don't care. But if you're a red pillar, marrying a older person, an older woman, is already like a red flag according to their standards. And then marrying somebody that already has a child and becoming a stepfather is like the ultimate like cucked position that in their minds anybody could possibly have. So it came out that that is what happened to this dude. But he's not really relevant at all whatsoever anymore. Like, you can see his recent views. Almost 2K, 2.5, 1.5, 2.5, 1.5, 2, 3.6, 4. So like, he's only like at the very, very low thousands at this point. But I saw this clip where he is apparently speaking to AI call-ins. So not even real people. He's just like creating this fictional story and then using AI to make content out of. I don't know if he's generated the AI or like created the prompts and the AI is going along with it, or like how it goes really, but like I wanted to watch some more of this.
Okay, caller, you were on live with Donovan. What's your name? Where are you calling?
Carrie in Stockton, California called Donovan to discuss the situation he was in with a woman he's been dating for a few months. He likes her a lot, but the problem is that she's had sex with 2 of her guy friends. Carrie was confused as to how to address this, and Donovan gives him unbelievable anecdotal advice that puts him on the right track. I mean, what do you have to say? What do you have to say to your partner that's had past partners? Like, are they supposed to go back in time and change that? I don't understand what they're supposed to do.
And I'm calling from Stockton, California.
Oh wow, I've actually driven through Stockton a couple times. Aren't you guys close to Sacramento?
Does he talk like this to anybody that like calls in legitimately, or is this like a unique thing? Actually, I guess I can go here. Does anybody call in? Is that hold on. Charlie Kirk was a better man than Martin Luther King Jr. What the fuck?
Martin Luther King Jr. did a lot of good for this country, but let's not. And here's the thing: Charlie Kirk wasn't perfect, but he had a higher character than Martin Luther King. Oh yes, he did. Yes, I fucking said it. Oh yeah.
I don't know if I'll watch that. I don't want to get too sidetracked. Is this also an AI chatter?
So you said that this is, yeah, I got you. I can hear you. So talk to me about your current situation. Your initial question about, did you guys agree upon it or did it just happen?
No, one day, it was like after a month of when we met, she said like, okay, I had some time to think. I asked my friend that she has that one friend that she, so she asked her like, hey, should I be his girlfriend? And she told me she was talking to her whole day, and she decided, yeah, sure.
What is in his glasses? Hold on, I know you can't see it. What if I do this?
She can be my girlfriend, so that's how she told me that day.
Okay, the point is that you put it out there first. In the future, when you meet a girl you like, do not angle for commitment first. And the reason why I tell you this, Teslo, is because when you ask a girl to be your girlfriend before she asks to be your boyfriend, what this does is this prevents you from setting boundaries, standards, and expectations, okay? When you angle for commitment first with a girl, you are directly telling her that she has fulfilled all of the requirements necessary to secure your commitment. You understand what I mean? And when that happens, you can't set, again.
Okay, so this was a month ago. And I feel like this one's probably not AI because of the way that they're speaking, for one. The way that he's speaking, he has like an abnormally long pause. Or I shouldn't say abnormally, I'd say abnormally when speaking to an AI, because usually if you speak to an AI and you have a pause, it'll give it time to generate a response. The pauses give the AI time to generate a response, and you typically don't want that, so you don't want to have like long pause times. But he does have long pause times when he's talking to this person, and the person is also acknowledging, like verbally saying like, yep, like acknowledging Donovan's responses as he's going along here. So this already doesn't feel like an AI.
You can't set boundaries, standards, and expectations. Let's talk a little bit about her habits, okay? Does your ex-girlfriend have social media?
Yeah.
Okay, which social media? Instagram, Snapchat, what does she have?
She started using Snapchat because of me. I mean, that's what she told me. She told me she doesn't use Snap. She installed it just
tell me what social media she has.
Snapchat, Instagram, Discord.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
WhatsApp.
Okay. Does she go out?
So he's interrupting. Okay. Let's see if there's other ones back here. Did he only recently start doing call-ins? Oh, here's a call-in from 7 months ago, I think it said.
Yeah, I got you. I can hear you.
7 months ago. Okay, so immediately says, "Can you hear me?" But he says the "Can you hear me" whenever Donovan's already speaking. So.
So talk to me about your current situation. Your initial question was, Donovan, how do I get my ex-girlfriend back? So take me from the beginning here.
So I was with this girl for about 2.5, 3 years. And
The voice doesn't sound like it.
things were pretty great. She was one of the best girlfriends I've ever had.
Okay.
Like, she was very feminine, submissive. She would...
Feminine and submissive. That makes a good girlfriend automatically. True. So true.
And I kind of got attached to her over the time, because in the beginning I wasn't interested. She was one doing.
Also, Donovan's speaking while the other person's speaking, so probably not an AI, because the AI would probably stop and let the interruption occur.
100% of the calling, texting.
Depending on what AI, of course, but
Doing all that.
Okay.
So after first year, I kind of like got attached and I started to fall in love, so to speak.
And let me interrupt you there. It's not like you're not a bad person for falling in love with someone after a year.
so the interruption occurs. Sometimes there are AI bots or whatever that if you do interrupt them, they'll let you, but usually those are like more premium, like higher tier, more advanced AI bots. There are like the lower tier ones where you cannot interrupt unless you press a button to allow the interruption to occur, or it'll let you interrupt, and then before it lets you speak, oh shit. Before it lets you speak, it'll keep on going with like whatever like phrase or whatever that had loaded up prior to the interruption. So this doesn't. He basically stops speaking immediately.
You spend enough time with a woman, if I'm assuming you guys are having sex, you're going to fall in love. This is just how it is. Because guys, I'll tell you something else, Tesla. I've fallen in love with girls I had no business falling in love with, and I paid the price. So don't feel bad about falling in love with a woman you clearly should not have fallen in love with. It's fine.
Exactly.
Please continue.
Because I learned it from my first relationship. Like I don't like to get super attached to a girl, so in the beginning I was very careful of who I, get attached to and who I like. I was vetting her. I was trying to see her character.
Vetting her.
I was seeing if she is compatible, and everything aligned perfectly. I thought that I was going to spend the rest of my life with her because of how things were going.
Okay.
And after that, it was great for another year. So it was like 2.5 years, and all of a sudden, she kind of got distant slowly. She would say, "I need some me time." I was like, "Okay."
Okay.
And I wasn't like this insecure.
Again, still interrupting. Okay. So I'll close out of this. Close out of this.
Yeah, we're about 50 miles south.
What the fuck?
Of Sacramento, maybe I don't know, maybe a 45-minute drive, half an hour if you're speeding.
Yeah, right. Okay. Anyway.
Yeah, right.
Driven through Stockton a couple. And where are you calling from?
So he doesn't. Why is he? Sorry, I know why. He's using this fake fucking like customer service tone because you're not speaking to a real person. This is not a real person. When you're speaking with the real person, you can see the way that he is. Was it controlled? Is that the last one? Yeah. When you're speaking with a real person, you do not sound like that.
Oh, does she go out with her friends? Does she go, does she go to parties? Does she drink? Does she go to the club?
No.
What does she do?
No.
Okay. Does she travel?
Way to get an X pack because.
So you said
Can you
that
hear
this
me?
is. Yeah, I got you. I can hear you. So talk to me about your current situation. Okay, caller, you were on live with Donovan. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, this is Kerry, and I'm calling from Stockton, California.
Oh wow, I've actually driven through Stockton a couple times. Aren't you guys close to Sacramento?
Okay.
Yeah, we're about 50 miles south of Sacramento, maybe I don't know, maybe a 45-minute drive.
And you can hear the fucking robot thing where it's like, hey, beep 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 beep. I am actually from Sacramento. You can hear that. Stop pretending like it's not obvious, you fucking retard loser. Jesus Christ. He still gets the same amount of views despite it being faked.
Yeah, right. Okay. Anyway, so what's on your mind, Kerry?
All right, so I've been seeing this girl for a few months, and things are going pretty good, I think. We like each other a lot. We love hanging out. We get along, all that good stuff. The thing is she kind of sort of
I don't know if he's muted or if he's just mouthing the words here.
implied that she wants to make things official, which I wouldn't mind because I like her a lot too, but I'm kind of hesitant because most of her friends are guys, and a couple of her guy friends are guys that she has been with, like had sex with.
I think he is muted because he looks down for a second. Like he almost like speaks here.
Guys, and a couple of her guy friends are guys that she has.
What is that?
I'm kind of
Hold on, was he?
because most of her friends are guys.
Because he's already reacting to it here.
Of her guy friends are guys that she has.
And then it sounds like he recognizes that he was speaking up a little bit and like was checking to see if he was muted.
One guy, according to her, she dated for like a year, and the other guy is someone she said she was just in a situationship with for a few weeks. The situationship guy, she said, wasn't that serious. It was just about sex or whatever. And the guy that she dated for a year, she said she cheated on him, or I'm sorry, she said he cheated on her all the time, and that's why they broke up.
See, he's not saying anything. And he's just letting this person ramble on. Why is he not stopping them like he stopped the other the other call-ins from speaking?
Apparently, but I'm afraid to bring this up because she's had these guy friends, according to her, for a long time, and so I know that if I say something, she's gonna put up a fight. And I know this sounds bad, and I know this is gonna make me sound like a little bit of a simp, but I don't want to lose her because I really, really do like her. So I'm calling.
What the fuck? What is this face?
Sound like a little bit of.
I love my girlfriend.
A simp, but I don't want to lose her because I really, really do.
That face. Jesus Christ. Yo, so anyways, Donovan, like, I'm with this new girl, and I'm not really sure how the vibes are actually just yet. I'm still kind of like feeling them out and everything, but I don't know. She might not be that interested. I'm just a little concerned that she's not. She hasn't really said like a reason why she wouldn't be at the moment, but she's also had these guy friends in the past that she might have like slept with or had a relationship. And I don't want to sound like a simp, but.
So, sound like a little bit of a simp, but I don't want to lose her because I really, really do.
Me when a guy tells when a guy tells me that he doesn't want to lose his girlfriend. Me when a guy says he loves and appreciates and cares for like people in his life. What a fucking gay dude.
So.
Yo, this is like me when my buddy says that he loves his girlfriend and shit. What the hell? You're like a simp and shit, bro. What the fuck? Disgusting, bro. Fuck. This dude's so fucking stupid, Jesus Christ.
Oh, I'm calling to get some ideas about how to handle this particular situation.
Okay, Carrie. Okay, first things first. Let's get some baseline information. How old are you? How old is she?
I'm 33 and she's 28.
Okay, and you said that you've been seeing her for a few months.
I'm 33 and she's 28.
Is that 2 months? Is that 8 months? 3 months?
Almost 5 months, I think, something like that.
Okay,
So fucking gay, dude.
Okay, so you met her on Hinge, been seeing each other for 5 months. When did you find out she had all these guy friends?
This is funny, she actually told me on our first date. She was talking about all of her guy friends and about how guys are easier to get along with than other girls. And I kind of agree. You know, she says there's no competition, there's no cattiness, no jealousy, stuff like that.
Okay, and did you say anything about it?
Not really. I mean, I kind of mentioned, like, towards the end of the day that I try to stay away from girls who have a bunch of guy friends. And, you know, of course, she told me that I had nothing to worry about, that I didn't really pay attention to anything else.
Okay, and to the best of your memory, the best of your recollection, can you say with 100% certainty that the heart eye emojis came from the Austin and not her?
That's just it. I'm almost sure, but I'm not 100% sure.
Okay, all right. Well, listen. I mean, don't worry about
Dude,
it.
give me a fucking break.
How does she treat you overall? Is she respectful? Are you guys having sex? How's that going?
She treats me great.
Okay.
The sex is always good. She never turns me down. She likes spending time with me. She always wants to hang out. She gave me her location, so I have her location all the time. She's usually pretty good at checking in with me when she's out. So I'd say she treats me pretty good.
Okay, yeah, I would say so too. Okay, so talk to me about the conversation that the two of you guys had about making things official. How did she bring it up? How did she ask?
Well, we were talking
better
about
yet, actually.
Oh, no problem.
Yeah, real quick. How many times has she brought this up? First of all.
Wait, how long was that pause when he interrupted?
Official. How did she bring it up? How did she ask?
Well, we were talking
better
about
yet, actually.
Pretty good.
Okay, yeah, I would say so too. Okay, so talk to me about the conversation that the two of you guys had about making things official.
Let me speed it or slow it down as well.
How did she bring it up? How the two of you guys had about making things official? How did she bring it up? How did she ask?
Well, we were talking
better
about
yet, actually.
Oh, no problem.
Yeah, real quick. How many times has she brought this up? First of all.
So far, only once. And the way she did it was she asked me what we were planning to do for Thanksgiving and if I planned on introducing her to my family.
The old, what are our plans for the holidays conversation, man? Girls have been pulling this shit off.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, dude, girls have been pulling this shit off since the beginning of time. So how did you respond?
I mean, I just told her, I said, well, that depends on where we are at that point.
Okay, and what did she say after that? Okay, now is as good a time as any to sort of lean into this new don't be afraid mindset and just say what needed to be said, even though I knew she wouldn't like it. So after she said, well, you know, I want to be a girl, I said, well, I don't commit to girls who go to the club. Obviously, Victoria was a club rat, and I knew she wouldn't like this, so she said, are you serious? I said, do I look like I'm kidding? And Carrie, I was dead ass when I looked at her, and she knew it. She knew it. She goes, so then she goes, you're being controlling or possessive or something like that. And I just kind of shrugged my shoulders. I said, yeah, maybe. When I said that with confidence. I didn't flinch. I didn't act like I was half kidding. I didn't act like I was afraid. I looked her right in the eye when I said, yeah, maybe. So then she sort of turns it up a notch. She's like, okay, you don't see the problem here? And I said, there is no problem. You asked me to be my girl, not the other.
Yeah, maybe I am controlling. So what, bitch?
Oh, wow.
Listen.
Oh, wow. Dude, I bet you get like so much pussy, bro. I bet you get like so much like... young, not club, virgin, no children pussy, bro. Fuck. Even the robot fucking knows how much Donovan gets. Insane. God, there's that one clip where he was... Dude, I feel so bad for his wife. Fuck. Hold on, let me find this. Or I'll do it on the other screen. Hold on, while this plays.
Impressed, but I was scared shitless, right? Like, I didn't show up, and I was scared. I had never talked to a girl with this level of frankness before. Now, on the outside, I acted like I didn't give a fuck and that I wasn't going to move off my square no matter what she did or said. But inside, I was like, holy shit, I can't believe I'm actually saying this to this pretty girl out loud. So, once again, she starts the whole gaslighting thing. You're insecure, possessive, controlling, so on and so forth. So I just kind of let her ramble on until she finally says, well, this feels like an ultimatum. And so I said, I'm not giving you an ultimatum. I'm giving you a choice. You can either go to the club every weekend or you can be my girl, but you can't do both. It is either one or the other. That is your choice. That's exactly what I told her.
Oh wow, what did she say after you?
What the
She
fuck?
didn't say anything. Here's how it went. She didn't say anything. She left it alone. She had a few cocktails, and we just acted like nothing happened. We smashed a few times. Now, here's the thing. She ended up spending the night, then spending all day Saturday with me. We're acting like boyfriend and girlfriend all day. She's holding my hand. She's being super affectionate. We did a little shopping. I even took her on kind of a proper dinner date. She spent the night again. She made me breakfast.
Oh my god. I'm not gonna find this at all.
Like she wanted to be my wife all weekend long.
Hold on, give me 1 second. Donovan, Sharp, Destiny. Blah blah blah. Where was it? He tried to pull like an 8 Mile where he's like, yeah, I know I'm rich, or I know I'm poor, and I know that I have nothing like going for me in life, and I know that I'm like a loser, fuck, piece of shit, and everything like that, but like, you're still gay. No, it's fuck, where is it? It's not in this, is it? Where he's talking about Melina? If I go to the transcript, Melina, no, wife. Damn, he's denying it here. Fuck.
Married to like a 45-year-old single mom.
And you're not only are you lying about it, you lying about the fact that your girl's old, which is fine. But you lying about it while telling other people to not wife up used goods. That's what you say.
Devin is my girlfriend. She is not my wife. We have never been married. She is not a single mother, and we have not adopted anybody.
The sad thing is too.
I mean, I guess technically she's not a single mother because they're in a relationship at this point, right? Where is this at, dude? I'm not going to be able to find this. Why? I want that clip, please. Was it this one? Or was it? No, it wasn't. I don't think it was on Donovan's channel, which is the thing. God, he'd milk this dude so much for content. Holy shit. Damn. Okay, well, if anybody has it, feel free to link it. But it was a clip where Donovan is responding to Destiny, and he's talking about how Destiny's wife or girlfriend is like hotter than his own. And it's just really fucking weird, because it's like you're in this relationship with this woman that I guess you're now married to, and you're just talking about the guy that you're arguing with. You're talking about how his wife is like younger and hotter. So, she's your wife, you're married to the chick. No, hot. Girlfriend. What's interest? I'm not gonna find. Fuck it. Whatever. Whatever. Fuck it. Okay. Okay. So I did want to see this, check this out for a second. Am I able to change? No, I'm not able to. Fuck. I can't change titles on TikTok? I can't change the gosh darn title on my TikTok stream? Okay, whatever. So this guy is a... I don't even know what you would consider him. He's like a co-host on CNN, but he's a dipshit conservative dude. I saw this post this morning, like pretty soon after I woke up. And it's so triggering. I don't know if it's evil. I don't know if it's malicious. I don't know if it's stupidity, which considering he's from Kentucky, considering he is a Republican, and considering that he desperately tries to get Trump's attention in every instance that he's able to, I wouldn't put it past him that he's just a fucking retard. But he shares this. It's a post from Eric Dougherty, Daughter. I don't know how to fucking pronounce it. Change your name, please, legally. Breaking. Calls are now getting louder for Democrat Representative Jim Hines to resign for seemingly threatening MAGA that a future Democrat president will use the military to kill Trump supporters because 47 is killing narco-terrorists. What a gross comment. So, when he says narco-terrorists, I would suspect like there's like some sort of substantiation for this claim existing. Like, Republicans wouldn't dare come out with something that's like completely fabricated and then just say it's the truth, right? Like, they would have like evidence and stuff to like back up their claims, right? They wouldn't just like come out and say this with no teeth whatsoever. That's what I'm imagining. But aside from that, when I'm watching this clip, I'm expecting the representative, Jim Hines. Well, okay, maybe they caveated a little bit here, so maybe it's not exactly what they're claiming. I don't know. Maybe it's not like literally threatening, but it like could be interpreted that way. It's a good thing they caveated, because if I went into this and I was expecting them to have a clip of this guy threatening MAGA that a future Democrat president will use the military to kill Trump supporters because Donald Trump is killing terrorists, I don't know. If I didn't see that, I would be kind of like bummed out, right? Like that's not good journalistic integrity or anything, right? What is this guy? Is he an elected official too, or is he just like a dipshit? Oh wait. What is this guy's position? Who the fuck is this guy? Marylander turned Floridian. Interesting. Politics, breaking news. This guy just looks racist. I'm sorry. I don't know. I don't like him. But anyways, I would expect like this to have some sort of relevance to the video that they're linking here, but we'll see.
The public needs to really think that through. You know, there will be a Democratic president someday, and all my MAGA friends who are, cheering up, they're not terrorists. They may be drug runners. We don't know that for sure.
So they're not terrorists, which he's not even claiming in this clip that they're terrorists or narco-terrorists. He's saying they may be drug runners, but we're not sure.
Because you call somebody a terrorist, we call lots of people terrorists, doesn't mean that the military is authorized to go after them.
Just because you label somebody as something doesn't mean that justification for retaliating against that thing is justified, right?
And if no other reason, and look, I talked to an awful lot of people who, despite the fact that this is illegal, are comfortable with lethal action against purported, maybe, cartel members. Where does it stop? Do we now start executing drug dealers on the corners?
Sorry, I thought he was going to say, do we now start executing MAGA? I thought he was going to say that for a second. Why didn't he say that?
Of Brooklyn, where does it stop if all of a sudden the government, without telling anybody anything, can take this kind of lethal action?
So he's saying, if the government can just claim somebody to be something, does the justification against that person for being that thing, is that therefore justified?
Just because they've decided that they've got the right to do so. If Lindsey Graham
I don't know what this cut is. I don't know if it involves anything whatsoever like relevant to this,
and other
but
Republicans want to go the route of saying it's okay to kill people illegally, just so long as the American public supports it.
so he's saying by Lindsey Graham's logic, if there is enough support to do something that is condemnable, to do something that is iffy, or to do something that is unjustified, does that mean it's justified by that standard?
The American public needs to really think that through. You know, there will be a Democratic president someday, and all my MAGA friends who are, you know, cheering on these illegal killings need to imagine who gets killed when President Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez says that it doesn't matter what the law says. She's going to do what she's going to do. So look, I work here, so I understand the complete abnegation of principle and a complete thumbing of the nose at the rule of law, but I would hope that people like Lindsey Graham might not go that path.
So he's saying he works there. He can see the mockery that exists whenever people are just like pointing at the law and acting as if it is nothing to consider. And he's saying that Lindsey Graham, that he hopes that Lindsey Graham would be above that standard to just fall into that continuation of it, of that blatant disregard. Yeah, because it's a very, very dangerous path. Let's rewind it real quick.
When President Alexandria
We can imagine
on these illegal killings, need to imagine who gets killed when President Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez says that it doesn't matter what the law says. She's going to do what she's going to do. So look,
So he's saying in a hypothetical scenario, if AOC is to exist as this demon that these people represent AOC to be, despite not even doing demonic things, for one, for two, hypothetically, if there is a world to exist in which she acted out in those principles that they say that she acts out in, and she is to vaguely determine their constituents or their voter base or whoever they align with or sympathize with, if she is to vaguely identify them as targets that are deemed worthy enough to critically attack and potentially kill, is that therefore justified because she has the majority support and is now sitting in the seat of the presidency?
I work here, so I understand the complete abnegation of principle and a complete thumbing of the nose at the rule of law, but I would hope that people like Lindsey Graham might not go that path because it's a very, very dangerous path for this country to go down.
Okay. So if you set the standards for this disgusting behavior, then the opposition is able to exist within those behaviors, is basically Jim Hines' claim. So nowhere did I see a threat to MAGA, which this Eric dipshit knows, which is why he caveats and says seemingly, because it can only seem that way if you are MAGA and if you are a fucking retard that mooches off the government and is reliant on SNAP benefits that are subsidized. If you're reliant on the Jesus Christ, hold on. Reset. Fuck. If you're reliant on those SNAP benefits and other government subsidies that are subsidized by these blue states that they shit talk so often, maybe I can understand the interpretation of a threat. But two things. That still makes you a complete fucking retard, for one. For two, I don't know if it's like a good thing that the government is shut down and people are not receiving their SNAP benefits, because disproportionately Republicans are the ones that are on SNAP benefits. And if they're the ones that are peddling this stupid fucking shit, then maybe they'll just starve to death and we won't have to worry about them anymore, because this is just fucking retarded. How you can come to this conclusion from this clip. And then you have this dipshit here that is openly advertising that he's from my fucking state, which is a disgrace. Going to feature this audio on my radio show today, a Democratic congressman threatening Republicans with murder if AOC gets elected president because they don't like the Trump anti-narco policies. One of the most batshit things I've ever heard. Wow. So I'm surprised that the SNAP thing doesn't even apply to this person. Because that would be my first go-to, is like, well, malnourishment is known to cause like deficiency within the brain, and the capability of understanding like somewhat, I shouldn't even say somewhat difficult concepts. These aren't even difficult concepts. This dude is just a fucking retard. This is a very, very easy thing to have explained to you and for you to interpret, especially if you're on the opposition, because this statement is made to the opposition with the intent of getting them to sympathize with having higher standards for public officials and the President of the United fucking States of America. I don't understand how this guy is going to come on here and take an even more extreme stance, and he's not even saying seemingly threatening. He's retweeting this and saying that he's threatening Republicans. Excuse me, Scott Jennings, where was he threatening Republicans at? If AOC gets elected. When did he say if AOC gets elected that they're going to be doing this? Was it that he said AOC is going to get elected, or if AOC gets elected that she is going to kill the people that are anti-narco-terrorist? Or was he saying that in a hypothetical scenario where anybody can abide by any arbitrary standard that is put forward, that sets a horrible precedent for discourse and for the role of the presidency? Isn't that kind of like more like what Jim Hines was saying? Yeah, this is just horrible. And the anti-narco-terrorist policies, like that is already setting a standard for which, sorry, I hit my mic. It's already setting a standard for which, if you disagree with this whatsoever, then you're inherently anti this bad thing. Or, sorry, yeah. What, is that right? Hold on, yeah, you're already anti this bad thing, meaning that you're pro that bad thing. Like, what if I were to phrase it as Scott Jennings is actually like pro pedophile? I heard that Scott Jennings actually is a pedo sympathizer, right? Like, I've actually heard Scott Jennings run like pedophile defense when he is actively defending the Trump administration, where he is actively blaming the Democrats for the government shutdown because the Republicans are refusing to come to the table whatsoever in the past like 6 to 7 months to come up with like some sort of CR bill with the Democrats, instead of them just like trying to like keep a chokehold on the government and have a majority Republican rule and not have to negotiate when it comes to the ACA, or not negotiate. There isn't even negotiation for this part, but not have Mike Johnson certify that the one sitting, or the one elected congresswoman that said that she would vote in favor of releasing the Epstein files. So by that standard, can I say Scott Jennings is pro pedophilia, or he's anti pedo accountability? Like, can I say that by that standard? None of this makes any fucking sense. I don't know, it's just absolutely deranged by this point. Yeah, so fucking gross. But like he said, he's going to feature this comment on his radio show. So I'm gonna take a look at that and see what he has to say, because I'm sure it's only the most substantive critique of Jim Hines in his statement, right?
We just like to get back to work and make sure other Americans get paid and get to work as well.
Let me switch gears to another topic. I want to play some audio for you. This is another congressman, a Democrat named Jim Hines of Connecticut. I assume you know him. The issue being discussed in this clip here is the Trump administration.
The issue, okay. So he's going to lay out the plan. What is he talking about?
Sinking these narco-terrorist boats off the coast of Venezuela.
Okay. Taking out these narco-terrorist boats off the coast of Venezuela, which, from my understanding, I could be completely wrong, I haven't seen any sort of substantiation of it whatsoever, showing that these were actual narco-terrorists.
I want you to listen to Hines, who basically says that he opposes this policy and then threatens that a future Democratic president...
Oh, he threatens. Okay, where's I'm excited to see where that threat is.
A president could use this precedent to kill people they don't like, such as supporters of... Precedent to kill people they don't... He says that he opposes this policy and then threatens that a future Democratic president could use this precedent to kill people.
So he's already caveating, because I'm sure this dude is just fucking evil and malicious and retarded, because he realizes that he's not actually threatening. He's saying that oh, it could happen. It could happen in this occurrence if you are to set this standard in this sort of behavior in this way. Not that he is actually threatening to... I don't even know what he's threatening. Is he threatening that, like, somebody else could do something? Is he threatening that somebody else is going to do something? Or is he threatening that he's going to mind control the person that is the Democrat in the position of the presidency? And he's going to mind control them to kill anti-narco Trump supporters? Like, what's the claim here?
They don't like, such as supporters of the Republican Party. Let's listen to Hines.
Lindsey Graham and other Republicans want to go the route of saying it's okay to kill people illegally, just so long as the American public supports it.
So are you in favor of killing people illegally, Scott Jennings? Is Lindsey Graham in favor of killing people illegally?
The American public needs to really think that through. You know, there will be a Democratic president someday, and all my MAGA friends who are, you know, cheering on these illegal killings need to imagine who gets killed when President Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez says that it doesn't matter what the law says. She's going to do what she's going.
So he's picking an example of somebody that they constantly and consistently demonize, aka AOC, by saying she is a communist Marxist who is okay with political violence, who wants her political enemies dead, right? So he's choosing this example, and he's saying, hey, by this standard, I think MAGA people should maybe consider, like, if the roles were reversed and this person that they deem to be this evil, horrible person does actually do the evil, horrible things that they say that she wants to do, like, by this standard, like, you should maybe, like, maybe push back against the Trump administration for just shooting random fucking boats that are not verified to be narco dealers whatsoever. Maybe that's like the standard that should exist.
To do. So look, I work here, so I understand the complete abnegation of principle and a complete thumbing of the nose at the rule of law. But I would hope that people like Lindsey Graham might not go that path, because it's a very, very dangerous path for this country to go down.
Your reaction to that crazy comment, sir?
That crazy comment. That's your reaction to that crazy comment, sir. Look how fucking smug he is. What a fucking retard. Hold on.
Your reaction to that crazy comment, sir?
Your reaction, sir. Yeah.
Well, the dangerous path would be to allow people to continue to traffic drugs into this country that kill.
That's not the contention whatsoever, you fucking dipshit. Who is this?
Thousands of people.
Congressman Tom Cole, is that who he's speaking to right now?
Every year and have for a long time. Look, in part of the world I'm from, people are very supportive of the president taking Trump.
The issue at hand is Mike Johnson refusing to certify a congresswoman that won her election fair and square because he doesn't want the Epstein files to be released. See how, like, rephrasing the issue into something that's, like, actually not is, like, part of the problem? Like, doesn't that mean, like, Scott Jennings or, like, Mike Johnson or, what's his name? Lindsey Graham, aren't they, like, pro-pedophilia? Why are they voting to or refusing to come to the table to, like, make any dealings whatsoever whenever it comes to certifying this person?
Strong action in these cases. These are not pleasure votes. These are not fishing boats. These are not people out just.
How do you know that? Have you been shown evidence?
On a summer cruise. I mean, these are folks that are trafficking in illegal drugs, and frankly, I give the president a great deal of credit for acting decisively. And you know, Jim is surely not talking about Republicans that are engaged in political dissent and activity as compared to a terrorist.
What is he talking about? Political dissent or activity?
That are trafficking in drugs that have killed hundreds of thousands of Americans. So I think that the president's on pretty strong ground, and I think, honestly, no question that
So pretty strong ground is declaring someone as being something and then acting in a way that is either harmful or kills or injures or whatever else because you declare somebody that thing. Isn't this literally what they say people do to Charlie Kirk? What people say that they do to Donald Trump? What people say that the Democrats do to America overall is that they claim it is this horrible, hateful, patriarchal structure that needs to be deconstructed and torn down and blah, 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 whatever, like, gay progressive shit is, like, espoused that is used against the Democrats for whatever reason. Like, isn't this exactly what they say the other side is doing? And that is justified to enact violence on those people because of that thing?
the majority of people, I think, in the country would support strong action in this case.
Yeah, I agree with you that the president has political support for this. That comment from Hines just alarmed me, and it's sort of rocketing around social media.
It alarms you if you need to be bottle fed as a fucking 50-year-old.
Today, because he does appear to be saying if we get a Democratic president, they might start killing people that you would politically not approve of, and connecting that to these terrorists. And they are terrorists, by the way. I mean, they're people that are trying to bring substances into our...
Do you know that? Do you have any evidence whatsoever? Like, have you shown anything? Have you seen anything? Have you like substantiated anything? Or are you just saying it exists?
Country that could kill thousands or tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of Americans. To me, one of the things that we're seeing out of a lot of Democratic politicians right now is playing fast and loose with some of this rhetoric that's at or over the line of invoking violence.
In what way is that existing whatsoever? Was it after like the Trump assassination attempt, whenever like every Democrat politician came forward and every Democrat pundit came forward saying that the attempt was disgusting and immediately denouncing the political violence? Was it that time? Or was it like oh, hold on, no, after the Charlie Kirk shooting? Was it that time that they were announcing, or not denouncing, or announcing, they were advocating for political violence or using irresponsible rhetoric when all of the mainstream pundits and politicians of the Democratic Party came together and denounced political violence and also wished their sympathies to Charlie Kirk and Charlie Kirk's family? Was that the time that the rhetoric existed? Or what about like the rhetoric that comes from the person that this person actively supports, that he is desperately trying to get the attention of when it comes to his book, A Revolution of Common Sense, and how Donald Trump stormed Washington and fought for Western civilization? Was it when the person that you wrote a endearing book about said that you should feel no sympathy for Joe Biden after you got his like cancer diagnosis? Was that like the rhetoric that we should abide by? Or was it at Charlie Kirk's WWE styled funeral when the president said, in contrast to Charlie Kirk's own wife, that he hates his political enemies? Or at like a rally, whenever somebody was like dissenting and like yelling at him, that he told his audience that he would pay the legal fees for whoever was to go out and like assault that protester? Was that the standard that we should abide by? I don't know. I'm just asking questions. Just asking questions, Scott Jennings.
And we've got entirely too much of this right now, don't you think?
We do, and there really is such a thing as Trump Tourette syndrome. It's real. I've seen it. It's irrational. This is strong and decisive action by President protecting the American people. I think the president's not just on strong political ground. I think he's on strong legal ground, and we're dealing literally in the case of Venezuela
Strong legal ground
with a terrorist state, a narco-terrorist state, and a state in which the head of state holds the power illegally. Interestingly enough, the president gets a lot of praise in Venezuela from the opposition leaders. So, but it's a red herring. I mean, what we're really talking about right now, I would hope, is how do we get our government back open? How do we make sure the men and women we ask to defend us get paid?
You probably get the government back open whenever you come to the agreement with Democrats to continue funding for the ACA and not like cut people off of like, their health insurance or anything like that. I think that's not much of a standard to ask, especially whenever you're bailing out some other people's like governments, was like Argentina, maybe? Was that like one of the examples that I'm thinking of, where it was like $40 billion that was given to them that could have been used to fund the continuation of like some extent, at the very least, of the ACA?
How do we return to some sort of semblance of regular order in Congress, which we were managing to do in the appropriations process until this
regular order of Congress, whenever Congress has been completely disregarded, aside from the fact that you wanted to pass the quote-unquote big beautiful bill, where that's like the only instance of Congress being used, that's the only instance of Congress being enacted or respected or fulfilling its duty, despite how disgusting whatever the bill was and what came from it. Like, there's no regard for Congress in this administration. I don't know why you're bringing this up or invoking this as if this is like some sort of point.
This whole thing got hijacked by Senator Schumer and Leader Jeffries, basically relating things unrelated to day-to-day appropriations there. Things that, by the way, they're demanding to enact things they couldn't pass in Congress.
Right.
We have elections. If they can't pass it, then go win some elections and then try to pass it and see what happens. But regardless, keep the day-to-day operations of the government open for both the security and the prosperity of the American people.
That voice you're hearing?
Then you should maybe, work together with the other side of Congress. When you're the majority of Congress, you need only a few votes to continue the ability for it to be opened up, for the government to be running and functional as usual. Like, you should only need a few. Why is it so fucking hard to do that? Whenever Biden has a split Congress but is able to pass these massive amounts of like huge legislation with a Congress that fucking hates him. Why is he able to do that, but Donald Trump, the great negotiator, is not able to do that with the opposition here? Does that mean like Biden is a better negotiator than Donald Trump? the person who ran his entire election and bases his entire identity around being the great negotiator?
Chairman Tom Cole, head of the Appropriations Committee in the United States House of Representatives. More with Chairman Cole. We'll talk immigration and energy and other issues when we come back. It's Scott Jennings here on the Salem Radio Network.
The voice of... God, it's so fucking retarded. This guy is so spineless. Such a spineless, disgusting fucking hack. I don't know how he can even, like, sit on CNN or sit on any social media site or sit on his own show and then have the audacity to put Kentucky in his name as if he's like some sort of representative or is able to vocalize any sort of like genuine concern or good faith or just anything sensible whatsoever. He's just bolstering up his own image to continue to get clout and to continue to make sales off of this disgusting fucking book that either Russians or brainwashed MAGA fucking drooling retards that rely on blue subsidies to exist to actually like use the last remaining bit of their EBT cards to fuck the system enough to actually like be able to use that as a purchase on Amazon or something. I don't know. It's wild how this guy has any sort of relevancy whatsoever. But it's no surprise. What a gross freak. Absolutely horrible. Also, real quick, before I forget, if, for whatever reason, Scott Jennings is seeing this, or can see this, if he wants to have a conversation or call in on his show, I'd be more than willing to do so. If he wants to call in on here, that'd be kind of sick. But if he actually wants to have like a conversation regarding any of this, then he can let me know, I guess. Cringe. Oh yeah. I had this pulled up, but I forgot about it. Let me turn that on real quick. What's so funny, bitch? No offense. Here, actually, before I forget, I'm going to restart the live. Tummyache 007 is her name. Success. Woo. Let me reply to this real quick. Hold on. Oh yeah, let me close out of this as well. Hold on. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Successful. What if I close out of this though? Hold on. Is that still successful? Like, does that still show if people have seen it? Or have chatted? So this is, let me type this in real quick, 4818. Is it outer? Yeah. So about 24, what should I say, like 20, like an hour or so I should probably leave. I might be back on tonight though, I don't know. We'll see, we'll see. Let me turn this down as well. Or no, it'd be this tab. Well, I don't know how loud that is, actually. Hold on. That's good. That's fine. Whatever. 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 No, actually, let me turn it down more just in case. Or, what is my volume at, actually? It's at full volume. Okay, that's good. So, there's this truth. Absolute truth. Nuke, no pun intended. The United States has more nuclear weapons than any other country. This was accomplished, including a complete update and renovation of existing weapons, during my first term in office. Because of the tremendous destructive power, I hated to do it, but I had no choice. Russia is second, and China is a distant third, but will be even within 5 years. Because of other countries' testing programs, I have instructed the Department of War to start testing our nuclear weapons on an equal basis. That process will begin immediately. Thank you for your attention to this matter. President Donald J. Trump. It's completely normal reaction, by the way. And then somebody earlier had linked this, which was interesting. Top Trump officials are moving on to military bases. Stephen Miller, Marco Rubio, Kristi Noem, and others have taken over homes that until recently housed senior officers. Seriously, dude? Seriously? Seriously? Hold on, let me... Thanks. The former White House advisor, Katie Wait, is this Stephen Miller's wife? What was her record? Before joining the staff as Deputy Secretary for the U.S. DHS during the tenure. In December 2024, she began working with DOGE. She was appointed to the President's Intelligence Advisory Board in February of 2025. On May 29, 2025, CBS News revealed that Miller would leave the Trump White House to work on a full-time basis for Musk. Miller departed when Musk left and severed his communications on Twitter/X with her husband after a dispute began between Musk and the administration wherein her husband was a close communication link. In August 2025, Miller announced that she was leaving her position as an advisor to Musk and started her own podcast for conservative mothers. Okay. The former White House advisor, Katie Miller, mother... Oh my god. Let me get a little juice. The former White House advisor, Katie Miller, mother of 3 young children, and wife of the presidential right-hand man, Stephen, walked out of her front door one day Thursday morning last month and was confronted by a woman she did not know. When she told this story on Fox News, she described the encounter as a protest that crossed a line. The stranger had told Miller, "I'm watching you," she said. This was the day after Charlie Kirk's assassination. It also wasn't anything new. If it's not anything new, why even mention this? For weeks before... Whoa.
Oh, hello, Hunter.
Scared the shit out of me. What's up? Jesus. Scared the fuck out of me. Hold on, let me share this. How are you doing? What's up?
Doing pretty good, thank you. I have my date today. My first date with this girl.
First date? Is it not the person
Well, like,
you've been talking?
The last times we went out, they were just technically like hangouts, but this time it was like official, like it's an actual date.
Nice. How'd it go?
Yeah. It went well. I mean, actually, like the date part of the date, like, you know, the date is like a backdrop to spend time together. Spending time with her was fun, but like the date was Putt Shack, which is like indoor mini golf, and it was actually ass. Like indoor mini golf.
The place itself, or just mini golf?
Yeah. Well, like mini golf in general kind of sucks, but also like I was like confused. I'm like, why is this so cheap to do like 9 holes? Was like for 2 people like $38. And I was like, that's really cheap. So I'm hoping like she's just open to the idea of like going to a few other places after, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like that's what we ended up doing. Like we went there. It only lasted like 40 minutes because it's like 9 holes of golf. And it just wasn't as fun or as cool or as aesthetic as I thought it would look inside. Like it was still cool. Like the lights were cool and whatnot, whatever. But it just wasn't that great. It wasn't anything crazy. And then we went to Dunks, and then we went to like, I wanted to go to a movie, but she was like, dude, there's actually nothing out. I was like, obviously there are movies out, but she's like, I don't want to see like some movie I've never heard of. I want to like, you know, maybe she was like, maybe if Wicked comes out, or if I forget there's another movie coming out in December. She was like, maybe in December, right, when there's actually stuff coming out, we could go to the movies. But and then we also took like the bus back and stuff like that. So it was only like 3 hours or something. But yeah, like the main part of the date is like, or a date is a backdrop to spend time together. Like spending time together was fun.
So you didn't enjoy the mini golf?
I didn't enjoy mini golf.
But
Yeah, I don't.
Did you enjoy it with her, I guess?
Yes. Yeah. She whooped my ass in mini golf.
Well, you let her.
No. I was trying to win. She like fucking destroyed me. It was like 311 points to 250 points. Even though like normally with golf, higher point would lose, but like this game, they like completely gamify it. They're like, oh, you did this, so you get plus 50. You did this, so you get plus 10, like all that.
Yeah.
So she ended up with like 311, and I ended up with like 250. I missed like 6 more holes than her.
It was like style points.
Yeah, there was a lot of like some games were like Pac-Man themed, and if you get it in the Pac-Man, it will give you extra points. And like then the Pac-Man like puts it on a ramp and like makes it go more likely hole in one. So like, but you'll get like a plus 10, or one of them was like this really convoluted track, or just shoot right for the hole and it's kind of easy. But while you're on the track, there's like a spinning wheel up top. And if like when it senses the ball goes through the sensor, it will like select what the spinning wheel is on, and that's extra points. So you could either go hole in one for like 60 points, or you could like do hole in 2 for like 30, but you could potentially win 50 as well. So you could get 80 points. And there was a lot of like gamified versions of golf added, which I've never even done mini golf. So that was cool. I always thought it was just like windmills or something and ponds.
Yeah. I think that sounds fun, but I mean, I get if people aren't into it. So wait, have you been bowling? Do you like bowling?
I kind of like bowling, but I grew up near a bowling alley. And so I have played a decent amount of bowling, but it's never like something I got crazy into, or like my favorite part is how slippery the shoes are, I guess.
I like how that's...
But I'm also not going to take her bowling next. Actually, she did give me, because we were talking about it, because I keep coming up with like date ideas. And oh, it was Museum of Science. That one is like a surefire, like would be entertaining. And the Museum of Science is is just like a local, like in Mass, like to Massachusetts people, it just makes a lot of sense. But it's kind of like an aquarium, but it's only things that I guess. Oh, you're in AI mode.
Oops.
It's like little exhibits, and the exhibits are normally somewhat interactive compared to like an art museum where like you can't really touch anything, right?
Damn, they got one of those dogs.
That is probably a temporary exhibit. Like that's Boston Dynamics doing. An
Oh, I
exhibit.
forgot that was even who it was. Boston. Okay.
Yeah, and so like, because that illusion is a permanent installation, but then there's a lot of like, they have a ton of rooms that they'll like allow people to do temporary installations.
Imprinting the artist's brain. Innovation. Let me look at this real quick. Theater shows.
Oh yeah, this is cool. So these aren't like, yeah, these are like big 4D dome max planetarium things.
I've been to one of these, but I don't. Ooh.
That's interesting that they do reruns, because I've actually been trying to find like.
Damn, it's tomorrow and the day after.
Oh yeah, so it's
Or
for,
Halloween.
Like, that's weird. It's about Cinco de Mayo, but that's like their Day of the Dead, and then Halloween is like our Day of the Dead, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I always do kind of look at movie theaters and think like, oh, I kind of wish like it would make sense for them to do Wicked 1 again in movie theaters. You know what I mean?
Like as like a
once year.
recap almost. Oh.
Yeah, like because The Thing is coming out again soon, so as a recap. But also like just when there are like big blockbuster hits that sell a lot, because I know like movie theaters have a hard time selling tickets and shit like that. So you would think that they would want to be like, okay, let's put on Finding Nemo today. You know
What's
what I
up,
mean? Because that's
Roberto?
just a classic.
Finding
Anything people missed in theaters.
Nemo would be insane in these theaters, yeah. I don't know if it'd be too soon for like another date with her or whatever, but like this would be really. I don't know if she likes Disney or but, like I would.
Oh yeah, well
Obviously, I'm
tomorrow
not
we
a
all
girl,
work.
but I would.
I'd imagine she would like Coco.
I'll fly out to Massachusetts and I'll take you.
Hell yeah.
What y'all up to?
Oh, nothing. What are you going to the military? Did something happen?
Oh no, this is a German camo button up that I got from. I'm gonna say a thrift store, but really I got it from Walmart.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, really, I got it from my racist uncle.
He just signed up for ICE.
Oh, let me.
Yeah, I don't know. The Coco sounds like it'd be super fun. I'm jealous.
Yeah. But it's not like they're gonna play it any other day other than Halloween, or the day after Halloween as well. But whatever. Excuse me. Fuck.
Do I look aura though, low key, in the get up?
What kind of aura?
I think you do have a bit of aura. I think the glasses make the aura like you have to. Well, but you're driving. That's why you have the glasses, or is that the fit?
It's like low key the fit. Like if I was like indoors, I would be wearing these because like otherwise I think it's kind of crazy.
Yeah. So the aura then is like you should be teaching history, low key.
True.
Like it's just that the glasses are big.
It's kind of like, you know, when you have like an umbrella that's super cute and it goes so well with like an outfit.
But then it's not raining.
Yeah, so you just have to like carry it around and be like, oh, my skin's too fair. Actually, you're black, so you actually don't need it at all.
That's actually reminding me of like one of the weirdest like foreigner facts. Or like, have you ever seen videos where they're like, what do you notice about like Americans, right? There was this whole interview done with Japanese people in America, and it was like, what's the weirdest thing you'll see with like Americans and like when they're walking about? And they said they're always carrying their water bottles. And I've never noticed that, but they are. And then because he's saying as a Japanese person, like I'm putting it in my bag or something, right? Like I still have a water bottle, but I'm never carrying it. But they're always carrying their bottles. But then when it comes to umbrellas, they never carry umbrellas like with them. They just like walk in the rain. Like they just raw dog the rain.
Yeah, basically. I mean, like I have an umbrella like in my car, but that's for like if I'm like walking, if I park at the grocery store, I like pop my umbrella and like I walk to the store and then I like pop it and like walk back to my car when I'm done. And that's like the vibe. Like otherwise, like IDRGAF, you know, low key. Like I'll just like eat shit if it's raining and I have to be walking anyway.
IDGR. I don't give
I don't.
raging
I don't.
fucks.
I don't really give a fuck.
Oh, he said, "Oh, it's IDRGF," but you said IDGRF.
I don't give really a
No,
fuck,
IDRGAF.
Okay.
So
dude.
like IDRGAF, TTYLXOX.
Of course, of course.
SYBAO. Fuck. Shut your bitch ass open.
Shut your.
MHO with the rest, so TTYLXOX. Banger.
Wait, what time are
Only
you?
real,
What'd you say? Only real what?
only real Disney kids know about that.
I don't. Sorry, Mikey. What time are you off work?
Tomorrow at 8. So I'll be home at like either 8:30 or something.
Oh, Mikey, did you update your drivers before playing the Outer Worlds, by the way?
No, I didn't. Maybe that would help.
Because I like played it and I was like, holy shit, the performance is dog shit. Like nothing, like it was just stuttering like crazy. And then I updated the drivers and it like started working like flawlessly.
I'm thinking also about getting like an optimization mod that like disables a bunch of the Unreal Engine 5 like parameters that aren't in use but are still default value.
Yeah.
Because I guess like what
But then I just don't do it because I've heard that it like fucks with ray tracing.
well yeah, I don't use ray tracing right now. Like
I really like the way that ray tracing looks in this game.
no, yeah, I know if I had like a 4090 and I could handle like I would probably even take like a splotchy 60 FPS to have ray tracing running. But yeah, where I'm at now, I just can't even run it. But apparently, like, even with that, like, because there's 2 different optimization mods out. One is super well downloaded, but some people on certain setups are like, oh, I lose FPS with this. But then there's another one, and this guy is like, no, I've tested it, like, on ray tracing, it looks fine, and it's still, you may not gain any FPS, but it's mainly to reduce on stutters, because I guess when Unreal Engine 5 values that aren't in use are set to default, there's still calculations going on, but they're just null. Like they're null in the sense that they're not going to like put anything on the graphics viewing side, but they're still going to calculate on the computational side.
Yeah.
So like that's why sometimes you'll have like a quick dip is because like it just finished a calculation and like
I don't know what kind of slave cage Microsoft executives have the Obsidian company working in. But like they've released like what 3 fucking games this year?
Yeah. Well, their team is split up into 3 separate teams though. So like the smallest team was Obsidian. Well, and technically it's not released. Like a lot of people count Grounded 2 as a release, but like there is a date on the store page. But that date is going to be changed. Like it says July 29th, 2025, but once the 1.0 comes out, that will update cuz like if you look at Grounded 1, let me see.
Yeah, that was early access too.
That was early access in like 2019, but I think it released in 2021 and now Steam says that it like its release date was 2021, but let me double check that is even true.
Kind of annoying games do that. Or just like early
Yeah,
I don't really understand the point of early access at this point. Like it made sense, I think, like when it first launched for like indie devs who were like working on their game and like it mostly was there to protect like promises that like games companies made. But I mean looking at Rust, like Rust could have left early access literally like 3 years before it did. Even with all of its like experimentation with like their graphics system.
I don't think it even makes sense for a game like Rust. It makes more sense when a game is like a Patreon dream, like Yooka-Laylee by the like Platonics, the old Rare team, was like a crowd-funded like hope, and then it did get the funding, and then they released in early access. Like that all makes sense. Actually, I think even Yooka-Laylee released finished.
It makes sense for like indie games or even like maybe AAA like single players where it's like we want to try this but we don't really know like how much of it we can really commit to. But like for a live service game, what's the fucking point? You're gonna be changing shit anyway. Look at Overwatch.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm I'm sorry. I meant to say IDGI.
I don't get it.
That's how they get. This Tesla is about to crash into me.
He says as he crashes into the Tesla.
Yeah.
Here,
I say as I squirt out of my lane to T-bone him.
You
before
crash
I
a Tesla up a hill knowing it will go up a hill a little and then back up and then crash into you and then you go, why'd you hit me?
True. Before I go, because I have to go at like 7, so in like 45 minutes. I'll be back on later, but I didn't talk to Mikey about this, but I wanted to see. I want to get his opinion because Robbie and Torres and I were having
You already know what my
having a debate about it.
I did actually already talk to maybe Robbie was there, but mainly I think I was talking to Torres. Actually no, it was Robbie and Torres, yeah, because Robbie, Torres, and Funk, because Funk was the one who was like, they hit him with a bottle, and I was like, no, he didn't. But then when you watch it, he actually did hit him with that mug. That's his hand. You see that, like empty beer mug.
Yeah, I thought it was a
So he like,
bottle. I wish this.
He eventually does hit somebody with that.
Yeah, I wish this guy was in the fucking video. He's so fucking retarded.
Are you in my accounting class?
He kind of looks like Fat You Hunter.
Don't say that. So just me. Wow.
No, but he has my glasses on. I thought that was so cool.
Are you in my accounting class?
And then he has to take a picture of him.
Sorry, TikTok.
And this soy fucking loser comes up.
Yeah, they were saying like, so Chicky was like, no, but think about it, like you're scaring the hoes, like blah blah blah. You're probably like, there were people who were gonna have like, there were people like at the thing gonna get laid, but now they're not. And I'm like, nobody who was gonna get laid already is not gonna get laid anymore, except for maybe that kid who came up and started screaming.
Yeah. Was that bitch taking off her fucking shoe?
Yeah. She took off the heel right away, ready to like mob him, which is kind of funny. But yeah, so my whole thing is essentially like, we all know, like, if I arrived at like a party, it's a costume party, and I had like a Hitler outfit on, but it was very clearly too baggy, and the mustache wasn't a hair mustache, it was just a shitty marker, and like I made myself look like as shitty as possible. It's like, and then let's say I have a kick me sign on my back, that I'm clearly mocking Nazis or mocking Hitler. That essentially, if we accept that as like a adequate representation of your like freedom of expression, so you're expressing your mockery of this thing by like mocking it, then we have to accept that this guy might dress like that to mock them, even if we would assume he's in full support of Nazis. Like, it's like what one person thinks of as a mockery and what you think of as a mockery are like different and subjectively defined. So like, because Halloween is a day of costumes, we kind of just have to good faith take everybody's like version of a costume at face value, not like try to then think like, oh, did he do this because he's a Nazi and this is his one day to wear it, or did he do this just to make everybody upset? And it's like, I don't know, probably not.
Well,
he probably just dressed up as a Nazi for Halloween.
Real quick, I didn't see this in the beginning. This is retarded. So he's not. Here, hold on. Give me 1 second, Robbie. I'm gonna show this part real quick. So she's yelling at him, "Get the fuck out! Get the fuck!" And then she pushes him.
Don't touch her.
And the guy recording says, "Don't touch her! Don't touch her!"
Don't touch her.
Shut the fuck up. Okay, sorry, Robbie.
I thought he was saying, "Don't touch him."
I thought he was saying, "Don't touch her."
Oh no, yeah.
I don't know if I told you.
Don't touch her. Don't touch her.
Justly Institute by like grabbing at his clothing and like tearing a piece of it off. Right? Like
Yeah, like yelling at him. Yeah, whatever.
Well, the yelling isn't battery. Like you're allowed to yell at people.
Right? Yeah, sure.
It's like my take on like where the wrongs lie. She batters him, which is bad, and then like he turns around and like assaults her like with like vicious intent. I would say to like maybe to like maim, right? Like
It's hard actually. Maim is very clearly defined. Like, I would say if he had a sharper object that like was already broken, or even if it did break in the hitting, it would be more likely you could
spell
say
maim.
I think it's MAIM.
I consider it to be like intention to maim, because he swings her around to get a shot at her face with the glass bottle, which even if it's not sharpened or even if it's not broken, could still cause like
Right, but injury, that's the crazy thing. Even if I cut you in the chest, it's not maiming. In order to maim, you have to have a long-standing, like permanently visible injury past the elbows, knees, or neck. That's like how you maim somebody's human body.
I think there's like it's pretty close to like intention to do it though, because like he could have like literally like her eyes like permanently.
No, I agree. Like it was dangerous what he did. Intention to injure would be like intention to harm. That would probably be what I call it.
Yeah,
I don't think he really swung the thing hard enough to break, and I think he was cognizant of that. I don't think he was trying to break the bottle overhead. Like it's way too thick.
Grievous bodily injury.
Yeah, but even then, I would agree with that, I guess. But it's not maiming, right? Like bodily injury. Well, grievous is even like grievous. That implies the possibility of death, right?
Like the dude from Star Wars.
Well, I think like the possibility of death probably is. I mean, I think the question there is like, how much did the bottle weigh, and how fast did he swing it, right? Because like you could kill somebody with a blunt object.
Yeah, and you could maim someone with a blunt object too. But it's whether or not you break skin enough to leave, or if you could sever somebody's arm, that's maiming. You could leave a scar on their arm, but past the elbow, like towards the hand. That would be maiming because the scar is going to be visible forever. But you can also blunt damage someone's arm in a way that leaves a bruise and doesn't break a bone and doesn't leave any and in both you have to be really trying to harm people. Like,
and it's the intention here that I think matters. It seems to me like in the video he is trying to do like as much damage to this woman as possible.
I disagree with that.
I disagree. Yeah.
He definitely hits her with the hard object, but it does look like he kind of like is just like this. Like this amount of force wouldn't really hurt a male, I think. Maybe like I'm not a woman. I don't know how soft and delicate they're, but I know a woman would overreact to being hit like that. But like this type of a swing is not really. I would say if he grabbed her and he was like boom, 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 and he didn't stop, he's like
did cause injuries.
Yeah, it can cause an injury. I'm not disagreeing with that, but you can see like how weakly he really swings it.
I mean, not even that, because I do think that he is like intending to hurt her, obviously, because he is like hitting her, like, and I do agree that he probably did hit her pretty fucking hard, especially because of the injury afterwards. But I don't think that he was like trying to do as much damage as possible, because I think he can go to greater extents to do that. It's like whenever people are talking about like the Israel-Palestine stuff, and it's like, well, Israel is like indiscriminately bombing. And it's like, well, if they really were indiscriminately bombing, I think there would be way more destruction than already exists, and at a way sooner rate.
Left.
It's not like 0 to 100 thing. It's like there's like an opportunity. If like you're in like a bar fight, right? And like you're mostly just throwing like, let's call it fair punches with another guy, and like another guy kicks you in the nuts, I would consider that to be kind of like crossing like that certain like line of like let's say like you're no longer acting with like, I guess, that air of chivalry and violence. And in the video it seems much the same, where he's like positioning her in a way where he has the advantage to use, I think, the most swinging force into probably like the force of her body, which is her face, because he swings her around and then he gets the angle where he can go directly at her face with the mug.
She runs into him and grabs his arm and moves him, and he punches her off of him.
No,
like
he swings her back, her arm, and then swings her back around to him, and then hits
it's in reaction to how she moves towards and grabs him that he repositions himself. He didn't start all movement in this scenario, and that's why I wish you were at your desk, because it's like that doesn't make sense.
He was, if I remember the video correctly, he was like, you know, she grabbed the armband.
Standing there already being berated by a few different women, and this woman comes up with the cigarette, a new woman who's now introduced, and immediately grabs his left arm and pulls it to his right side. And then he undoes that pull with his left arm, and he has in his right arm the thing, and he like hits her in the face with it at the same time.
It seems to me like he grabbed her arm.
His arm gets grabbed over here, and he goes like that.
from what I saw in the video, it appears that he grabs her as she is attempting to like
That's
move
where it's
away.
like, yeah,
and
you're
then pulls
misremembering.
her back, and then
There's
like
no
swings at her face with the
end
mug.
of the hit, he's probably holding on to her now because she grabbed him, but you can tell
So
she grabbed.
It looks like he's grabbing her arm here, and then
Yeah,
she's
that's-
like trying to run to the other side, and then I don't know if she's like trying to turn to go to the other side, or if she just turns to like face him, and then
So
he
she
hits
took
her.
the thing off of his arm.
Yeah, you see it
basically.
flying off right here.
No, that's her cigarette.
Is it, or is it his armband?
Yeah, like no, like click play and you'll see it on the ground in a second.
yeah.
That's a cigarette. Yeah.
And then the heels right there.
Yep.
It appeared to me like, you know, like they were fully disengaged for at least a moment,
No.
and then he grabs her
Well, that's a
arm
different woman.
and then swings
That's
her
the
around.
thing. That's a different woman. Like, right, the first woman engaging with him doesn't have a big red coat on. See? So it's the white shirt lady, or blue, whatever.
And I don't even know if she works there.
Unless she went to go.
Because she has
grab
her purse on too.
No, that's the heels woman. Now that I think about it, but
be right back.
So that's the girl mainly. But okay, so what looked like her grabbing his arm is just her quickly coming from his left side and him pulling her, so his arm gets pulled.
And she's coming from behind.
This lady comes up, is like right on him, and he's like, no, you can't do that. And then yelling in his ear.
It looks like she's either talking about it too, or she's like already reaching for it, because you see him looking at her and then looking down at his patch.
Uh-huh.
And then he gets pushed by this guy. And they're all probably screaming about how being a Nazi is bad and stuff. And it's like, he's wearing the outfit. Do you not think he knows that?
Yeah.
So then he grabs her arm right there, and then bam.
Well, okay, yeah, that part, like that beginning part seemingly happens off screen, but it looks like she grabbed, like he gets a pull in a direction. I wish you still had video player thing to just rewind like a frame.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's tuning in now, so.
You could go to the TikTok and do that.
Oh, okay.
Which, by the way, just to like finish my point earlier, both of them have done something like wrong, right? She batters him.
What has he done at this point?
He assaults. I don't care about like the specific point. Like she batters him first.
At a certain point,
we agree on that.
He was
yes?
battered or assaulted by 3 people.
At least
and
3.
then he hit somebody. Like, yeah, minimum 3. And then he hit somebody. So it's like, that's why it is relevant. Like, at what point, in what, like, who's the aggressor here?
I don't think the aggressor in a fight really matters too much, to be honest. The problem is more so that people are fighting.
But like, do you mean like generally speaking, or like in a legal sense?
Both like just as Georgia law works. Like in a legal sense, it's the case, at least in Georgia, and especially when it comes to like things like bar fights, right? Like no, like if you're fighting, you're just gonna get arrested. It doesn't really matter who starts the physical contact.
I guess, but who can likely press charges or sue? Like, who would be backed? The aggressor or the
both of them probably have good enough causes to attempt to sue, but like the question that comes, like what amount of damages really exists from it, and in one case the damages clearly outweighs the other because to one person physical bodily harm was done and to the other person it wasn't.
But I don't know
For
how
my
much
own
the
moralities-
legality even matters at this point.
An attempt to like physically harm. Well,
Well,
yeah.
I mean, you asked, but like, if in terms of my morality,
I think
it matters insofar as like, if you have like a bunch of people like pushing and shoving you, you could just walk away. You should just walk away. It seems entirely open. Like he has the absolute option to disengage from an obviously confrontational situation and restore and have there be some amount of restored peace to this area. He chose not to. He chose to stay and provocate further antisocial behavior that caused a antisocial outburst.
Antisocial behavior. I also
He absolutely
there's
was.
No guarantee
He was
that
staying
him,
in.
There's no guarantee that him walking away would stop violence to him. Like people could just follow him. He's now in
Maybe
a less
not.
public area.
But I think
Like,
that he has a
in this area,
responsibility
he's
to
probably
exhaust. I
safer
think he has those. I don't think he is.
than
He,
a
like
side road.
I think you have like a responsibility to exhaust your options before you can really claim like some necessary need, or like even like some claim of justification. Like this person made literally no attempt to cool the situation, made literally no attempt to, what's the word, to lower the temperature.
I think that's hard to that's hard to define, because like by your standard of like what that looks like, you may be right, but by his brain, like the way he thinks, him like kind of being like, stop, you can't do that, stop, might be, you know, him attempting to exhaust certain options to stop things, right? Even though for you, you're thinking, why not just like go stop and then turn around and walk away and keep going and then go home?
Maybe, but like, and maybe it's because it happened in Georgia, but it's like, you know, we were all taught, like, I like to think, especially if this man is like a white man from like a Protestant family in like rural Georgia, which many of the people of Athens, Georgia are.
Is a lesson, yeah, sure.
Yeah, it's like the lesson is like, if people are like pressing you, like grab your nuts and move on. Like it's not worth it.
Well, it's just completely disengaged.
And that's a standard that I feel fine applying to not only myself, but to everybody else. Even people who might be, let's say, too emotionally receded to understand those concepts. I would be fine with holding them to that standard too.
Sure, but if that's going to be your standard, to have these people completely disengaged to the extent that you're saying that this guy should disengage, these people should have the understanding and the wherewithal to not engage in the first place. When you have multiple people in a crowd that is surrounding this person, screaming at them, and then continuously like pushing them, then it's like, what obligation is he going to have? What moral obligation or duty does he have to disengage as much as possible, or as much as you see as possible?
I don't agree with the first part, but I don't really think that the second part matters. Like, obviously, yeah, the other group is wrong. I've said that from the beginning. Again, like multiple times we've gone over it. But as to like what responsibility or like what is like in his options to do to like remediate the situation, I don't believe like assault is one of them. I don't think it's like justified to do that, even if somebody commits like simple battery.
At that point, they had also destroyed his like property by desashing.
Well, again, I'm not saying that it's like a justification. It's just that I have no sympathy for the person that gets hit, because if you are going to engage in this antisocial behavior, as you call it, like, then I'm not going to like sit there and then like cry and say that you deserve all the sympathy in the world because you are.
Am I crying?
No, not you, but I'm saying like I'm not going to personally like.
All the again, I'm not saying she deserves all the sympathy in the world.
Any sympathy.
It's not real. It's not like a 0 to 100 situation. I think it's fine to. I think actually, not only is it fine, we should have a little bit of sympathy here for both people involved, because quite frankly, both of them, yes, are acting like retards. Both groups are like not really capable of seeing, I think, the best ways to act, and they're like, let's be honest here, everybody's probably drunk, so they're extra retarded, and they're in this social situation where everybody feels like reinforced to do like stupid shit. Yeah, I think we should have sympathy for the fact that like all these people got into like a retarded situation. One of them got like, I would say, like badly injured, right? And the other one got arrested.
Yeah, and if you're going,
I think it's fine to have sympathy for the people here for being like in a stupid situation because of everybody's collective stupid choices.
If you're going to interact with somebody or commit battery against somebody or try to fuck with somebody's property, then you should have the full understanding that retaliation can/will occur. And by proceeding at that point, you're understanding that there is going to be some level of like harm that is done to you.
Sure, that could be understood, but that doesn't mean that we don't have to have like sympathy for people who undergo such like retribution. For the same reason that I have sympathy for people in prison, even guilty people, even evil people, because like, you know, they are human and they have made mistakes the same as anybody.
I didn't really consider this angle until watching, I forget the guy, but he's that guy who wears a white shirt and just does like, he like interviews at like leftist marches, and sometimes he'll get yelled at by like leftists, right?
I hate to see it.
The idea from him that like when people are up in your face and like yelling, sometimes the worst thing to do would be to like leave, because they could just follow you. Like they're just as free to move around a public space as you are. And if you go from one place that's well lit, highly populated, has police around, has staff around, that you're technically more safe than if you take like any other side road home, unless you happen to live on the exact road where like the thing is. But again, also you don't want to be seen entering your home when you're being attacked by people, right? Like, because they could just come back later and attack you again. Like, it's reasonable to assume that this guy would have felt less safe leaving than he did staying.
It's
And,
not
for example-
reasonable to assume because you like added like 20 qualifiers as to in what situation it could be assumed or this could be assumed before we actually even got to the assumption.
Well, there were
like,
other.
No, we don't know if this guy is like idea or like we don't know if the only place this guy could retreat to is Rape Me Alley or like Kill Me Sewer Drain. Like he could have retreated. There could have been police like down the block he could have gone to. That could have been another bar. And to be quite honest, it's like Athens, Georgia. If you want to like wear like a Nazi uniform, if anywhere in Georgia, you could probably do it in Athens or Stone Mountain. Like if you're around the right people, all you need to do is just go find a group of like white dudes to go like
I do think the person filming and
Or
like
frat
the
boys.
big dude with the like heart glasses, like the fat dude from the accounting class, those two guys probably weren't even that mad and wouldn't have attacked him. They would have just been like, dude, what the heck are you
Probably
wearing?
not.
That's crazy. Like that's so zany. So he like there probably were some people around that like would have made him feel safer than like the people attacking him. Like,
well, real quick,
I don't think
when-
it's necessarily a qualifier
saying.
to say
That's what I'm
different
saying. You
people.
should've-
What I'm saying is different people feel safe or not safe doing certain things. Like just because you assume turn around and walk away is the safest option doesn't necessarily mean he would assume turn around and walk away is the safest option.
Yes, but I still think that you have like an obligation to like if you're in these types of like situations, you should try to like, you know, move back slowly.
Escalate, I guess.
Like de-escalate, yeah, and maybe that looks like backing away from them. I'm not saying turn your back like to these guys and like bend over and spread your cheeks. I'm saying like, you know, like back away, be like, you know, like
I can agree. There's
I feel like you should
definitely an
do stuff like
obligation to
that
de-escalate, but
before you
de-escalate
should like
looks-
do all this.
Well, real
it
quick,
looks
whenever
different ways to different
There's-
people, like him going stop, all that could be technically defined as de-escalation.
Well, real quick, whenever you're saying that you have sympathy for people that are in prison, you're saying that you have sympathy for those people existing in prison. You're not saying that you have sympathy whenever they're engaging in the crime that they're in prison for. So I think that was like a distinction between this. But then whenever he is sitting here and he's like calmly like responding to these, because he's even like laughing at like some of them, and then like they're still engaging with him. They're still following him out the bar. The initial person that pushed him outside of the bar
is
that we know of
backing up
is like pushing
here.
him here. He is going back onto the sidewalk. He's being pushed here. This stupid fat fucking retard, I don't know, just decides to like jump in front of the camera for whatever reason. And the guy recording is the one that like initially talks to him anyways. Then you have the blue guy, the blue shirt guy that comes up. He runs up, pushes him, starts screaming at him. Then it continues over and over and over here. Yeah. And it's like he's on the sidewalk at this point. He's off the bar property. He's not, and they're still continuing to do that. They're
then
still
she
continuing
grabbed
to
his
interact
back.
with him. They're still continuing to
So, like, damage
push and
his
push.
property.
So the obligation is like it's so the scale is so disproportionate at this point, where you have this crowd of people that is recording, laughing, screaming, like pushing, and then
destroying property.
It's like what? Why?
And then you have one guy who assaulted one person who stole the
One
sack
person
of,
at the end of
like,
this interaction, and then like it seems like after that they're getting into another fight somewhere else. But it's like at that point, why is it just like, oh well, both sides are like kind of bad in the scenario, rather than but one's worse.
Not really.
Why not?
So should she have let him? How's this? After she desashes him and runs away, should he have just let her run away with his property? Like he has no right to defend his property.
Of like that value, I think
But the
it's like,
value of
yeah,
the property,
I think
like
I
the
place
stash
it like
itself, maybe $10.
I place
but
it
the
as like
food
if it's
itself is
not like
$3.50, right?
I
And
place
the
it
food
as
isn't-
like if it is not like of extreme urgency, then you should let police do their work.
Let's say it's $1.
Generally speaking.
I still
We
think
know
that's
how
justifiable.
we know how stolen property works with police. They're not going to do anything. They don't feel the obligation to do anything about it.
Yeah, but she batters him. That is a crime that she did commit.
yeah, that's a
and like I imagine that she would get fined and maybe spend a night in jail had police like witness this interaction. I think that's the likely outcome.
But she would have just
However-
been allowed to destroy his property in the meantime until that outcome is met.
If
And then,
it's
like,
met.
he'll never get that back, right? It would.
I mean, yeah.
if-
I mean, again, like when I was like working as a cashier, and like it comes to like, oh, what do you do if somebody like robs a store? You give them the fucking money.
But it's not your
Yeah, for
store.
sure.
It's not your store.
Even if somebody mugs me, right?
Another
I'm
reason
just gonna
though, the
take my
owners-
wallet and I'm gonna like throw it in a direction, and then I'm just gonna bolt in the other direction.
I do
'Cause
think
I'm not trying
owners
to get
are
into some
more
like
likely-
shootout with like some random
Well, like
stranger.
whenever you're talking about getting robbed, you're talking about an interaction where they're intentionally trying to take the stuff from you that you're giving to them. This is not that interaction. It's these people are trying to harm him at this point.
I am talking.
but,
I
like,
am
at a
concerned
bar, I
with
think
the
you should
stealing
like.
of property.
I still think that you should like walk away.
And he did.
At no
Like,
point in this video, no, he
Like,
gets
if somebody pushed
pushed
you in the- if
away,
someone
but
pushed
he never
you
makes an
or-
attempt to like actually retreat.
If someone battered you in some kind of way, I do think definitionally speaking, when he backs up, he is technically performing a retreat. Granted, he doesn't go that far, but this is technically a
he's
retreat.
being pushed.
But there
I
are
mean,
moments
yeah,
where
maybe
he's
it's,
also,
like,
now
technically
he's
a
not
retreat.
being pushed, and he's like
But
there are
he-
moments where he's retreating.
It's more like he's trying not to have his back face like the crowd of people, I think. Which is good and smart, right? Like you probably shouldn't do that if you're being hassled by an angry mob. But like at the same time, at this point is like when you start like backing away and like, you know, stuff like that is what you should employ in this situation. But again, like
so
like
you
I
would
said
think
from the
if someone
beginning,
battered you
everyone
and
here
took
is
your
acting like
phone-
a psycho.
If someone battered you and took your phone and ran away, do you grab them by the arm and hit them and try to get your phone, or do you just like let them leave and then report the battering and hope and report the stolen phone and hope that they still have it while they're arrested and that you get your phone back?
I would do that.
Okay.
I don't think that like people should like take the
so-
law into that much of their own hands.
I don't think
Ideally.
people should steal your property and run away with it and have like the justification that you should like report to the police.
Hunter,
to do
I
it.
agree. I don't think that people should like steal my property either. But at the same time, like I don't know, like if somebody spits at me, do I get to like bruise them up?
Yes.
I don't think so. I don't think.
Do you
it's- I
spit
don't
on
think
them
it's
back?
justified
Is it just
behavior.
endless like reciprocation of like the same extent, or like what do you just do nothing?
I have an expectation for people to act more civilized than
Yeah,
their
and when they're not
enemies.
civil to you
And I think
because they have
that's
that
a fair-
disregard,
I think
then
that's a fair action.
Well, so regardless of what you would do in that situation, do you think it's a right to defend the property? Like, let's say in this case, it would be a phone that's worth like $1,100, right? Do they have a right to like defend it, or do they have to go? Would you rather your own personal outlook on this be the ought we use in law? Like, is that okay? Because
I
I'm
think
not
the line kind of where I draw it is how severe is the transgression being committed? So like say something like an armband, right? Might actually be like, let's say like it costs like $50 for like a high quality reproduction armband, right? Like, and she like destroys it. She like takes it off, stomps on it,
Would you
sets it
go
on
with this?
fire,
I'm
it
pretty
turns to
sure this
ash.
costume costs like $450. Would you say
Yeah.
that it defaces the value of the costume? Like by
Yeah,
destroying
sure.
the armband, you cost the person $450.
And I would say that like a person has like, let's say like the right to try and retrieve their property, but I would probably draw the line at like
violence during
I think it should
retrieval
be
is wrong?
I think it should maybe be discouraged that somebody like violently pursue somebody who batters or accosts them in this way or destroys their property in this manner, right? Like you can try to like retrieve it, but like I don't think we as a society should necessarily permit people.
Part of me sees what you're
to
saying in the
engage criminals in this
idealism
way.
sense. Like most healthy people would engage well with this type of behavior where, you know, if you started telling them it's discouraged to do that. But I think also this would seem deeply unpopular if anybody, you know, you've seen tweets already where somebody would be like, this guy is here because he was trying to defend his property and now he's 4 years in jail. Yet they
Yeah.
got N-words running
I
everywhere.
don't think
You know what I mean?
I would clarify
it
by
look
saying
bad.
I don't necessarily think that people should spend like in this situation. I would be I would be fine with if this dude and this woman both spent like a night or two in jail. I think would be an incredibly
Just
sufficient.
him. I think just he spent a night or two in jail.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying I think that the whole situation I feel would be morally resolved if both of them spent like a night or two in jail.
And maybe
Like,
a fine of up
for
to $100
causing
shit.
yeah, like they both caused a public problem. Both of them acted in ways in which is unsightly and uncivilized. And I think that's like a fine enough punt. And call me old fashioned in this manner.
Let's just
right?
like completely separate legality from it because the battery, the assault distinction, the night in jail, whatever it doesn't matter. We're talking purely morally. Like, because I would probably agree that like maybe like legally or probably legally that I would feel more justified or think that it's justified to put him in jail for like however much longer than the woman. I think that's totally fine. But I'm saying morally speaking, purely morally speaking, when you're in this scenario and you're being like ganged up on essentially by this mob of people who has been like pushing you, shoving you endlessly, like how are you going to say it, like past the extent of the patch being taken off of him? Like, do you really know that they're not going to pursue anything further than that? Or
I mean, I don't, right? Like, I wouldn't claim to like understand like alternative
would he
like
know?
realities that could exist, and I don't think he could either. But I still think that like you have like an obligation to like exhaust the options available
Sure,
to you.
if he doesn't
I don't
know-
believe that he like really exhausted them, nor do I think that he really tried to like employ any means to like
Sure.
He could be
stabilize
so
the situation.
stupid that he
Sure.
could only think of one way
Well,
to
hold on,
exhaust.
real quick. I don't think that you have to necessarily exhaust every single possible scenario, for one. For two, he's being pushed and screamed at by multiple different people at this instance, and then he's still being like, whether he walked
it
back
claimed
entirely
World
on his
Underground
own, or
do,
if he got like
actually.
pushed away from it into like the side street or like the sidewalk or whatever, like whether he did that or not, he's still off the property. He still hasn't engaged with these people in a reciprocal way or anything whatsoever, and he's still just like taking the pushing and the screaming. Like, if you acknowledge that he is being pushed and she is taking this armband after him and he is unaware of the consequences or what would follow from the crowd, but then also that she would know that there's a possibility of like reciprocal harm or something happening to her because she is taking this person's property or committing battery against him, like if you're under the understanding that she understands this, then it's like, why, what's the behavior that's supposed to be, I guess, expected?
I think you do, to claim like moral high ground in these situations. I actually do think you need to exhaust your other available options when it comes to like de-escalating from like to prevent, let's say, like a violent engagement. I think you actually do have those obligations
Attempting
if you want to
do
claim
that.
And
moral high ground.
they're the ones that initiate it and further it.
One of the reasons it can't
Still
be
doesn't
necessary-
matter. He still has, I think, an obligation.
Why
if
does
wants
he
to claim
have the
moral
higher
high ground.
obligation?
Look, Robbie, I kind of agree, like, but one of the reasons it can't be that the standard is you have to exhaust all possible is because there's no way you can know all possible ways to disengage, right?
Well, then let me clarify. I would say like
making
you
an
have to
attempt
exhaust the what a reasonable person would assume to be like the most available means to de-escalate a situation, of which I think most people would reasonably conclude that somebody in this situation, like, it does not seem like a street where like an entire like mob, like say like 50 people are like out to get this guy. It looks like maybe 10. It seems like he has like the option to go elsewhere and doesn't. And I think a reasonable person would conclude that like if they were in this situation and they did not want to commit further to the, let's say, the antisocial environment, that they should just retreat, or they should make at least an attempt to back away from this situation.
I think there's a chance that one person follows him, and if one person follows him, that one person is probably going to attract other people to follow.
Well, even aside from the one person that would potentially follow, I do think that this is a fairly busy sidewalk, and in this moment when your focus is on this and they're in your face and she's almost like behind him, like to his side, and there are like people that are behind you, I don't know how I think it's reasonable. I think it's reasonable that somebody would maybe feel more claustrophobic or like stuck inside the scenario. Like, you even have this group of this essentially a wall of people at this point that are here prior to him hitting her. Like, I think it
is a crowded street, of course.
And
But, like-
everybody's filming him, like everybody's surrounding him to an extent. Like, he's in a bubble in a crowd.
Like, if your
You know what I mean?
if your
There's no
standard is
guarantee you can
reasonability,
get
then
away
I think this is a pretty reasonable, like, if I were to imagine myself in his position, I think it is a pretty reasonable expectation that I am in an aggressive scenario where people are that aren't even a part of the initial thing are now coming and like trying to attack me. Like, I think that's a pretty reasonable thing to imagine from his perspective.
Also, what happens after the video as well?
I'm not sure. It
Because
looks like he
I'm
gets in a
pretty-
fight with somebody else.
I think 3 women start probably hitting him, and then he.
I think the
gets
blue
arrested.
guy is fighting him.
Oh damn, he might get a ban order from Athens Clark.
I was gonna watch this real quick too.
News station talking one-on-one with a UGA student who police say was attacked. The man was wearing a Nazi-like uniform. Police arrested the man after the incident, which happened outside a bar near Georgia's campus. Channel 2's Tom Regan reports from Athens that the student fears for her safety.
The disturbance here at Cutter's Pub began late Thursday night when the manager tried to bar entry of a person wearing a Nazi uniform. He got into a confrontation with patrons, and police say he attacked a student. So how are you feeling?
The concussion is subsiding, but it's definitely been weird between the vision.
So this is here. I guess the guy filming is right here.
Yeah, it looks like
a
it.
Nazi uniform.
And he was like on the sidewalk around where the reporter is standing.
So how are you feeling?
So it feels like an even
The
smaller
concussion is
area
subsiding, but it's definitely been
than I
weird
initially
between the
expected.
vision.
UGA student Grace Lang says she has extensive facial injuries, including a broken nose from the Thursday night attack. Viral video shows the suspect dressed in what appears to be a full Nazi uniform, arguing with patrons and refusing to leave the area.
The main person confronting him was my Jewish friend, and
Her Jewish friend. Sorry.
Nazi uniform, arguing with patrons and refusing to leave the area.
the main person confronting him was my Jewish friend, and so I got in between them eventually because it was just.
Dude, imagine she gets on camera. It's the main person that was confronting him was my Jewish friend.
Just, you know, make it all about me.
Yeah.
Moments later, when Lang attempted to pull a swastika armband off the suspect, she says he hit her in the head with a beer stein.
Then I was immediately kind of incapacitated. Like I could still see, and I don't remember being like knocked out or anything. He did continue to like hit me over the head afterwards before being like pulled away by my friends.
Police arrested 33-year-old Kenneth Morgan after he left the scene,
I don't
charging him with
think I
misdemeanor
saw that in the
counts of
video at
simple
all.
battery and 1 felony count
Well,
of
the video
aggravated
like
assault.
cuts
Now that
off
he's out
like
of jail,
basically
it's more
immediately
just- he's not
after
allowed
he
to
you
hits
see him
her.
get
be
pulled
near me
away.
if he sees me, I just go the other way.
Lang says she
That
told
doesn't
him
mean
about
that
I've
you
never seen
can't
anyone
keep
dress up in a Nazi
hitting her.
costume my entire life living in Athens.
Although,
maybe sees
you
something
know,
what he did.
The university issued a
it
statement
remains to be
calling
seen.
Morgan after
Or anything. He did continue to like hit me over the head afterwards before being.
And
like,
her
pulled away
account
by
is
my-
the only
Before
account that
getting
we
pulled
have of
away.
what happens aftermath. Oh my god. Can you like look it up on Twitter so we can skip to it?
Yeah. Nazi costume. Video.
Twitter. X. Ugh.
Yeah, it sounds like he's gonna get banned from Clark County from all of it too.
Clark County, the county, or is that like a school?
County Clark County is the county of Georgia in which Athens resides.
You can just
and
get
UGA.
banned from the whole county.
Oh yeah, you can get banned from the state of Georgia. Well, you can get banned out of 245 of the 255 counties of Georgia.
Let's slow it
There
down.
is one remaining county that I don't, or sorry, you can get banned from the 158 out of 159 counties in Georgia. There's one county in which you can't be banned from in Georgia, as outlined by the Constitution, called Eccles. Eccles is called the escape valve.
Hits her.
But most people who are banished to Eccles County usually just traverse into Florida and
So
elsewhere.
her head does get off frame here a little bit. I'll give that. But it gets off frame, and then immediately after, you see him pop in on the other side, fighting with somebody else.
Go back to that last frame. It's hard to say, because where is she?
She's right here.
I guess if she's
Maybe she's
right there,
Hard to tell.
she
It looks
could have
like he
fallen
could've-
forward or backward.
He could have pulled her around. Yeah, it looks like he did pull her around.
Yeah.
It's hard. I don't know. I don't think it
I
can
wish
be
there was-
very. I don't think it's very
Oh,
conclusive.
Wait.
What?
Maybe. New
Oh, yeah. So
POV.
it looks kind of like he was kind of beating on her for a little bit afterward.
Or like they're still arm locked.
Binky, you're retarded as fuck. I don't know if that
Maybe.
comment is serious, but that's retarded.
Ooh, Chicky, you mean?
Binky.
Yeah, I can't. I really can't tell.
He is not here.
She's in the TikTok comment.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so he does retreat. not only does he retreat, it looks like pretty successfully. If he did that from the beginning, none of this would have happened.
God, that dude is he's so fucking gay. Can he have hit him instead? Holy shit.
Fuck you!
Like, and that's the initial
Sorry,
one.
y'all. I'm gonna make a drink and I'll be right back.
Okay. That guy's such a pussy too.
Yeah.
Cause he just came up to yell. Like, why didn't that guy just start?
Was this him?
Yeah, there was a picture of him just like smiling his ass off while being arrested.
And here's the other thing. Okay, right before I make my drink, I think like one, if you're a man, I don't think you should hit a woman even if she's like grabbing or tugging at
Oh
you.
yeah, I forgot you said that.
That's him
But
being
if,
arrested.
but if the girl is with a guy, I think you are like well within your right to like get into a fight with that man, low key.
Oh god.
No, high key.
I would
on big
disagree with
period.
that. I
That's
think
retarded.
No, absolutely.
I think, no, I don't think anybody's in a right to get into a fight with somebody. I just think, yeah, it is.
Well, I mean, if it's to be chivalrous, if it's to be like a chivalrous fight, well, that's different. So if she's with a guy and the guy's getting in her face, if he dropped the mug and then got into a fight with that guy, I don't think I'd care at all. That would just be a standard bar fight between men.
Chivalrous, I guess, like let's say somebody's being heavily insulting or demeaning to like a woman, or a woman's pushing somebody, and then the guy like is like it's clearly getting heated. Chivalrous, it would maybe be something like you want to fight about it, like verbalizing the desire to fight man to man, and then if they agree, you fight. Need for defense would be like jumping in, and that could be chivalrous as well. So like, and then the last thing I would think is like, I guess, yeah, I agree with your point that if a woman, like that level of aggression, I personally wouldn't have swung on a woman for that. Although I'm more likely to swing on a man for that. You know what I mean?
I don't think it's chivalrous with the way that they engage. So I don't like the reciprocal chivalry if it's not shown first.
Right.
So.
That's fine, but I just think like I would be, even if a woman was being like unreasonable, I would probably be more delicate with them than I would with a man. So I just like don't care enough to punch them in the face if they steal. Like if they were to steal my property, I don't know if I'd be assaulting a woman. You know what I mean?
Yeah. To be clear, I'm not saying I would have done the same.
Right, but
Although
I do
think it's like
right
justified to this extent.
Like,
if I was a police officer and I was there, I would have just started pepper spraying everybody in the vicinity. The most righteous action against antisocial saboteurs who are trying to destroy our communities is to make them suffer with chemical weapons.
I wish that okay, you see that picture that zoomed in on his face, no hat, that keeps popping up? I wish that somebody would fucking post the full one, because that's him in cuffs. That's like him.
What?
Yeah, like, I hate that they keep cutting that off, because that's the funniest one. Like,
dude, getting arrested
and,
by
his
a bike
eyes
cop
are beamed, by the way. Like, you see how big his eyes look? They're like very large. He has brown eyes already, but they look huge. I think he's on some kind of relaxant, like an opioid.
He's probably drunk, right?
No, like his eyes are too big. He's probably on a drug.
On October 24th, Kenneth Morgan, 33 of Athens, Georgia, entered Cutter's Pub wearing an SS Gestapo uniform, leading bar staff to deny entry and a group of women to confront him. The confrontation escalated outside, where Morgan allegedly struck a female University of Georgia student in the face with a beer stein, breaking her nose, and shoved a man, resulting in his arrest on aggravated assault and simple battery charges. He posted $6,000 and was released the same day after police removed the uniform from his mugshot, or for his mugshot. Yeah, so it sounds like he was denied by the bar staff initially, and then the girl who's Jewish got offended and started confronting the man over it. Which is why, what I was saying initially was like, it didn't seem like she worked there, because I know it said the bar staff initially, but it didn't seem like she worked there, because I don't normally see bar staff wearing purses. Like, I don't know, but we can talk about it later, but I gotta head out here soon.
Before you do, I do think this is like an interesting idea. Do you think it would be fair to ban people from cities for engaging in like activities such as this?
No.
Why not?
Well, I probably want to have more of a discussion about it in a little bit, but my answer for now, my tease My little cock tease is
I'm gonna say
no.
yes, and not only should they be banned from the city, I think it's fine for them to be banned from the state.
I would also probably want to look, like when I get back, I'd probably look and see like what the standard is for banning people from cities as a whole, rather than just an intuition.
It varies state to state. I think in Georgia it was commonly used against drug dealers in the 1990s and 80s. But like people had been banned from Georgia for any number of reasons in the decades before then.
All right, I'm gonna
I wonder
switch.
if it's still in effect today.
I'll switch over to my